key source of revenue for Putin's war in Ukraine.
Russia, according to the latest IEA report, is still exporting roughly similar quantities of oil to world markets, but is getting less for it. Compared with the figures for February last year, when Russia invaded Ukraine, its oil revenues for this February were down an estimated 42%. Ukraine's allies have been trying to restrict Russia's ability to fund the war with embargoes and price caps on seaborne exports of its crude oil and refined products. Russia is trying to find alternative markets. The IEA says India and China now account for more than 70% of its exports of crude as they snap up discounted cargoes.
The BBC's Danny Aberhart. The UK's Treasury Chief has predicted the country will not enter technical recession this year. Jeremy Hunt summed up the state of the British economy earlier today. News and analysis, townhall.com. Florida is once again focusing on parental rights in education.
Florida Republicans are advancing a proposal to ban classroom lessons on sexual orientation and gender identity through the 8th grade. One lawmaker says the legislation reinforces that instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity is best left to parents and guardians within the home. The bill was approved by a House subcommittee Tuesday and still must clear another committee before moving to the full House. Keith Peters reporting.
The state of Ohio has taken Norfolk Southern to court looking to guarantee the railroad pays for the cleanup and environmental damage caused by the fiery train wreck on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border last month in East Palestine. The federal suit also seeks to force the company to pay for groundwater and soil monitoring for the years ahead and economic losses in the village of East Palestine and surrounding areas. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
Feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday. It's going to be a warm one.
Yeah.
It's like 80 today.
It's gonna climb.
And then rain chances the rest of the week.
I gotta say, this is, if we do officially cancel out the time change, I hope we stick with this one. Because I'm a huge fan of coming to work in the dark. I've always been that way. I like driving to work in the morning when it's pitch black dark.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel better.
I feel like we're always doing that, though.
Yeah, and that's the point. I want to keep it that way. It's real tiresome when I'm like, pulling into work at like 6:05 and the sun's already like up.
Yeah.
Not like up, but it's light out.
All I care is we do it federally. I could care less which way it goes, as long as everybody does it.
As long as we all universally do it.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
That makes sense.
I'm not playing the guess what time it is. I don't know, where am I in state?
Right.
I'm not playing that. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, no, it's still the same time.
Homie, don't play that.
I'll see you an hour from now.
I'm on Mike Winters time.
Well, happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Hope all of you are having a delightful morning so far.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't forget, Friday is St. Patrick's Day.
How could I ever forget? It's the day for me, people.
Wear you green.
Yes.
You got about 48 hours notice.
Mm-hmm.
Put aside a green outfit for Friday.
Now, wait a second. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to pinch you.
You going on Pinch Fest?
I'm on Pinch Fest.
All right, I'm going to let you know.
I'm going to take your little thingy there, your
this
pen from Vegas, and that'll be my official
just so
tool.
you know, you pinch, I punch.
Just wear green, you'll be all right.
I mean, I'm gonna, but you pinch, I punch.
Hey, and by the way, I got green stripe on my socks or underwear. If it's not visible,
right,
you're pinching. You're in a pinch zone.
Now, if you also if you have a green stripe on your underwear, that's risky.
Well, I'm not.
You should probably change draws.
I'm not going to play I'm going to take your word for it. There's green under their game.
I make my own green stripe.
You're getting pinched.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Big Papa Pinch coming to town. Getting them crab claws ready.
Y'all also worry about getting you green beer. I'm like, hey, just put some green on.
Here's what you do: get yourself a set of castanets. Mm-hmm. That way, you can pinch on St. Patrick's Day. And you can get down on Cinco de Mayo.
Actually, that'd be Spain and Mexico.
Yeah, fine.
Two different cultures.
It doesn't matter. They still play them.
One's Spanish, one's Mexican.
You don't know, man. They play all kinds of stuff down there.
I took Spanish class for 2 years. I know everything.
There you go. Fair enough. Espanol is my second language.
I went to El Bodegón Spanish restaurant, ate paella while flamenco dancers danced.
That
makes
enough.
me an expert.
All right. Paella. Even. A word with
really
all
all
the
I got.
L's and yet no L's.
Don't you love it? Or yub it?
Yub it.
Oh, man. We do have a full show today.
Mm-hmm.
John from Oasis Computer is going to join us this hour, give us an update on computers.
Yes.
And what's going on in his world. We'll have the folks from United Way of Chaves County join us in the 8 o'clock hour. While you're wearing your green on Friday, head on over to their big Get Lucky, their Chaves County of United Way big St. Patty's Day event that they're going to be having at the convention center. They do it pretty much every year right around St. Patty's Day, if not on St. Patty's Day. And it's, I think, one of the main fundraisers United Way of Chaves County. Mm-hmm. They do several, but this is kind of the...
It's a big one.
But that'll be coming up this Friday. If you have not gotten tickets yet, you still can. It's be a night of dinner and casino-style gambling and dancing. Whiskey and wine pool, a cocktail hour. So fun night for the adults.
Fun times to be had by all.
Yeah, 21 and over event, I believe.
Yes.
But we'll talk more about that in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Andrea Moore at the Roswell Chamber of Commerce will join us and give us an update on events and things happening through the chamber. So that's what I got.
Good stuff.
Plus, we'll have all of your features and what have you. I saw something that I have not done enough research on to know yet, but I saw it like right before I came on air, and I was telling Sean about it. I'm kind of fascinated about. Apparently, there's talks in the works about an animated series, basically a reboot of Married with Children, the 90s Fox TV show.
Right.
That with Ed O'Neill and Christina Applegate and Katie Seagal and David Faustino.
Yep.
I'm impressed I remember those names. I'm
actually pretty impressed myself. Pulled that one right out there.
But they apparently are going to do a reboot of that series and make it animated, and the original cast.
Which,
those four.
In fairness, what are they going? Well, I was going to say what they have going on, but Katie Seagal is doing her Futurama reboot.
Ed O'Neill did well. He had Modern Family, and now he does commercials. I hear his voice on commercials quite a bit. David Faustino is probably the one guy that you're like, I haven't seen him since Married with Children.
Half the time, I'm like, okay, so they're doing this all so David Faustino can catch a paycheck, basically. No.
And Christina Applegate, isn't she kind of retiring from acting and stuff now?
I think so. What
she had another bout of breast cancer or something.
Did she?
I think. Yeah, she has health issues.
Okay.
Matter of fact, she was doing that. There's a Netflix series that she's on. I don't remember. I've never watched it. I don't know what it's called, but she's been doing it for 5 or 6 seasons. It's one of their bigger shows, and I think they were interviewing her when the recent season of that came on, and they were talking about how she's going through this. I think it's a rebout of breast cancer because she had breast cancer a while back, and she went through the extreme and had her breast removed and everything else. But I think it's come back.
Oh, wow.
I know enough to know that she's got medical issues.
Right.
I don't know enough to know exactly what the medical issues are.
Makes sense.
But sounds like Air's our guest.
Yeah.
But it really, so I was kind of surprised to hear that she was, now granted, the article, because I saw the meme, and the meme didn't have a story attached to it. And then I went to try to find a story, and the only story I found was from like a year ago saying that they're pitching this story. So I don't know if I'm just seeing a meme that, got shared and it's old.
Right.
And it got the, nixed or whatever. I'm not sure. But I am oddly curious to see an animated version of Married with Children. I don't know if it's going to fly, though.
All right, let's see. It's the original show. Come back as a cartoon. Yeah, that's from May of 2022.
Because it's not for the same audience.
Producer Alex Carter, who will also be a showrunner.
I don't know. Morning. But, I don't know. I'm wondering, even if it is greenlit, because there's so many visual stuff, like misogynistic stuff, that I don't know if will translate.
It would be hard
in animation.
Sell. That's what I imagine. It was probably a hard sell to TV studios today.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of went away on it.
Because a lot of those jokes are about, sad dudes and hot women.
Big
and
pants and
But if you're doing that with cartoons, I don't think it translates the same. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just kind of curious.
I just don't know.
It intrigues me.
There's that much of a desire for it.
Well, that's just it. I mean, have you missed the generation that cared about Married with Children, honestly?
Okay, so yeah, it was a show that pushed boundaries and stuff, and it was great for Fox, but it did its job, and the whole thing was it was edgy at the time.
It's
Times,
nostalgia.
They are changing, and it's
nostalgia.
I guess.
People want things that they grew up to, and they don't care.
It's like slightly before when I was old enough to care about TV and stuff, so I didn't care about it.
It came right my
right in your wheelhouse, sure.
Yeah, I was hitting. Basically, I was the target audience when that thing came out. The young virile male.
Right.
That was what they were targeting back then, and so I'm none of those things now. Well, I'm still male.
I could argue about your virility as well.
I'm old and salty.
I own that virility.
All right, it is 7:15. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure will be developing in the Great Basin and moving into the Four Corners for the next couple of days, and that may bring us some showers by tomorrow. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, wind gusting at 35 miles an hour, and we'll be in the upper 70s. Windy overnight, down to 50 and cloudy, and then maybe a few afternoon showers on Thursday. It'll stay windy and our high near 70. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 47 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 83%. Winds out of the south at 13 miles per hour. Today, partly cloudy and highs near 80. Going to be warm today. Winds will be breezy, though, out of the south. 5 to 15 this morning, 15 to 20. Gusting as high as 35 miles per hour later this afternoon. Tonight, winds rolling in. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 50. Breezy. Winds out of the southwest, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. We'll see those winds decrease 15 to 20 after midnight. With these winds bringing in perhaps moisture for the next several days. 30% chance of showers tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, and 68 tomorrow, so a little cooler. Winds will remain breezy out of the southwest, 10 to 15 early, increasing 20 to 25. Gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers, mainly before 1 a.m., then changing over to rain and snow mix after that. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 32. Winds will be out of the north, 15 to 20. Could see wind gusts as high as 35 or 30 miles per hour. They'll drop down 10 to 15 after midnight. Friday, we're looking at a slight chance, 20% chance of some rain or snow showers before 7. Otherwise, partly cloudy for the day, high of 51. Northeast winds 5 to 10. Friday, mostly cloudy and 31. And then for the weekend, 30% chance of rain and snow showers between 7 and 1. Then all rain after that on Saturday. Mostly cloudy with a high of 52. 40% chance of showers Saturday night. Rain before 1, changing over to snow after that. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 31. Sunday, a 40% chance of snow showers before 7, then rain after that. Actually, they say a rain-snow mix in the morning and then all rain for the afternoon. But they're talking mostly cloudy, 47 for a high on Sunday, 50% chance of showers Sunday night, and then a 50% chance of showers on Monday as well, high of 57. So enjoy today in the 80s, a little breezy, and hopefully we get some moisture over the next couple days. At least we got a wide net of moisture opportunities. Whether we actually get some, well, knock on the wood. We'll see. All right, it is 18 minutes after 7. We're going to take a quick, about minute and a half break here, and then we will talk with John from Oasis Computers on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Get more bang for your buck this tax refund season with LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammo is fully stocked once again, and that means no waiting to get what you need. Guns, ammo, gear, targets, optics and knives, safes, and so much more. From brands you know and love like Ruger, Rossi, Mossberg, Smith & Wesson, and more. Stretch your tax dollar and get more bang for your buck with the help of LGS Guns and Ammo. Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition across from Target in Roswell and at lgsguns.com. Artesia Car Enthusiast, Artesia Chamber of Commerce, and Artesia Main Street bring you the 24th Annual Main Event Car Show and Cruise 2023. Last year's record number of cars of all ages and sizes is sure to be beaten as we have expanded areas for vehicle display, added more food vendors, tractor row, and even a bike boulevard all downtown. We kick things off Friday, March 31st at 6 p.m. for the Main Street Cruise from Bulldog Bowl to 2nd Street and back. Join us Saturday, April 1st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as Artesia transforms into one of the hottest spots for car enthusiasts, residents, and visitors. Please come together to enjoy a weekend filled with music, cruising, friendly competition, and lots of fun for the whole family. Spectators are always free. For more information or to register your car, go to artesiachamber.com or stop by the office at 107 North 1st Street in Artesia. The Main Event Car Show and Cruise, Friday, March 31st and Saturday, April 1st in downtown Artesia. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Oasis Computers, John's back with us. Morning, John.
Good morning.
How's life at the Oasis Computers?
Very quiet at the moment. The whole industry is complaining it's slow and they're laying people off. Yeah, I can see it. It's very slow. If you need anything fixed, good time to bring it in.
All right. So if you're trying to get some work done, and
don't wait. It's a very good time to bring it in. You'll be helped right away because I'm waiting for people.
Good deal. Well, so there's the positive spin. Right. If you've got computer issues, want to do an upgrade. Maybe been thinking about upgrading something. Now's the time to go ahead and pull the trigger on that.
Check it out. It's been extremely quiet.
Good deal. Yeah, you wonder. I know you look at the financial world right now, and you're seeing the Silicon Valley Bank and these other banks that are in trouble, and a lot of tech companies have ties to some of these banks and things. Yeah. So you wonder how much how quick that impacts. When the money side impacts the actual product side.
Well, I think it went the other way around. The COVID was going on. Everybody needed stuff.
Yeah.
And sales went up, and hiring went up, and everything went up, and times were great for the tech industry. I could see it myself. We were busy with everything.
Sure.
Fixing up stuff.
Everybody needed you.
Stuff. Yeah, everybody needs you.
Yeah.
Well, then, since about a little after mid last year, September, something like that, it started really suddenly just slowing down. It just, sales went down, everything went down. The repairs for what goes out comes in. But there's nobody coming, I need a computer for working at home or whatever.
Sure.
Every once in a while we got a little bit of an issue, but it just stopped. But it makes sense, You're not going to buy another computer now if you just bought one.
Sure. Everyone kind of got what they needed, right. And they're good with what they have till till that gets outdated or runs its
well,
course.
Microsoft's
or whatever.
trying to help it. They come out with 11 and made a whole bunch of machines obsolete.
Sure.
So
you think about it in those terms, but when you think about it from that perspective, it kind of makes all sense. It's like, well, of course, if we're seeing that, all right, technology's not needed, what do we do to create a new demand? Here we go. Let's update our computer software system. Make everybody change their stuff. It's a brilliant idea.
Like to make sales, but I think if you have good working equipment, you shouldn't just.
I think that's a lot of people's ideologies.
We look outside with the climate and with the landfill filling up and the plastic in the ocean.
Yeah.
To make stuff last. All for if it's not working, replace it. If it's bad, fix it. And if it doesn't do the job, get a new one. By all means, don't hang on to old stuff that don't work for you.
But we've changed our mindset in electronics sometimes. I mean, yes, in computers, you upgrade probably as you need more beef, more software, more juice.
Well, it's maturing.
But phones and things and these kind of electronics where most of us are going now, we're almost trained now. Well, you should only have that phone like 2 years, and you got to upgrade to the new one. You don't need to be carrying. You know what I mean? And
no, I don't.
Well, I know you don't, but I think that's the way they're training us.
Get another one, and it's
so
like with everything. It's making
I think that's part of that problem too, though, because I
think we need to change our mindset as human beings.
Yeah,
more, better, the biggest one wins. That there's more to it than that.
Well, and I know when I was a kid, my grandparents grew up Depression era,
right,
and so those. That people of that generation are all about making things keep going. Not, you know what I mean? Because they grew up in the Depression, they you got something, you took care of it, and that mindset with them.
You couldn't buy another one.
Yeah,
no money for it, or it wasn't even there.
That's why some people's grandmothers had 87 plastic butter tubs in there,
right,
in the bottom cabinet there, or old mason jars and whatnot, because they would save everything, and I know my generation, others were kind of made fun of that ideology, and so, but as the older I get, the more I'm like, we should go back to, they kind of had it right.
Well, it shouldn't just get new because it needs to be new.
Exactly.
If you compare back to the computers, when we got going with the store, it's almost 35 years ago, if somebody bring in a 5-year-old computer, and it's like, what's a piece of old crap, you know? Can you still use it? It was only 5 years old, and it was totally obsolete. And that time just gradually increased longer and longer. We got literally 18-year-old computers now that were high-end when they were new. They still do a good job. Some of the new stuff is not as fast as some of that 18-year-old stuff.
Sure.
And, if it works for a person, good. Now, if the technology changes where it doesn't match up no more, you can't do certain things. Well, yeah, okay, fine. But 10 years on a computer is fine, even 12, 13, depending on what you do with it. So let's make them last. But, that doesn't make much money for the...
I'm of that idea because, like, my laptop now, it was probably state-of-the-art 8 years ago. And and I have no plans to get. Like, matter of fact, I did an upgrade on it with you.
Right, we put the solid state drive in. It works fine.
I got another, as long as I want to keep it.
It does the job, and then they keep changing everything. It confuses everybody. Everybody hates Microsoft at the moment. Everybody coming in the store. It's what is literally what you get. Well, they changed this to this and that to that, and that's why you don't work or why it's different.
Sure. Now, are they doing some of this? Do you think it's the financial thing, or is it, because sometimes they do some of these changes to train us for the next generation of technology, like when they were starting to get into touch screens and things, they were changing the software to get us to utilize some of that. So some of what we see now, do you think it's getting us again to train for the next generation of technology here, or is it, no, this is a money grab? In your opinion,
I can't say that we should stop moving forward.
Sure.
New stuff, but it's almost like it goes too fast. We just get overrun with it, and just and then if you just Well, whatever you do with a computer, whatever you do with it and I do with it, whatever. What I mainly need it for, one thing is, QuickBooks on the point of sale for me, where I sell stuff.
Right.
That's accounting. That doesn't change. That's been invented in the 1500s or whatever for double entry accounting.
Yeah.
Then you got on a computer. We had spreadsheets, and then we got things like QuickBooks and whatever the other programs are. Point of sale made everything much easier. But it tallies it up. It does it. You can't really improve much on it. Other than it's changed, and now hold on a second, I need to figure this out first.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's, some things, yes. But yeah, you're right. I mean, when it comes to a private company and people, let's face it, you get the design side of things, and once they've designed it and they're thinking, okay, especially if you get something like that,
right.
It's like, hey, doing math equations is math equations. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing,
right.
And so you're like, okay, well, how do I keep my job? I know we're going to redesign the layout so it looks like I'm more important than I mean, you probably have some of that going on and some of there. But
well, what happens now is we have been struggling with it for a while. The everybody goes to a website, a place, or whatever, and what's the first thing you have to do? You have to make an account with it, sign in. If you want Facebook or Google with email,
it's some way that they can find out about you.
To a store or whatever, you buy stuff, make an account, try to make an account, and that's what everybody wants. Well, if you have an account, they have more control over you. You can easier keep track of and whatever. Some things make sense, some things don't really. Some things are beneficial to you.
Sure.
Something to the manufacturer, the seller, the whatever. But Microsoft has been missing that boat to a certain extent, or I don't know if they missed the boat. I don't know how you explain it, but they started up on a desktop. It grew into a machine on each desktop. That was the vision.
Gotcha.
But in the meantime, the internet come in, new inventions come in. Google came by with good search and whatever. Microsoft in the early days said, that whole internet thing is just a fad. Well, it took them about half a year to realize it wasn't, and they turned completely around and started changing things. So at that point, when you went somewhere, you started signing up with it. Microsoft coming from the desktop, there's no need to sign into anything. It's your computer's right in front of you. It's your thing. And the benefit for Microsoft is that it can run advertising like Google does if you have the account and whatever. Now, on the other hand, a lot of benefits for the end user. I just working on a computer, and it was slow. The last time it was in, I said, put a solid state drive in. It will speed it up a lot. Well, not yet. We have just fixed this up. We'll just wait a little while. Well, it come in on, Friday, I think. People are out of town and say, you have 2 weeks to work on it. If you want, we'll be gone for 2 weeks. Okay, great, wonderful. I start on it, and it's like, it's not working right. You click on the start button, nothing happens, for instance.
Okay.
You open up your browser or whatever, and it closes back off. And it's like, something really wrong here. So I ended up I cloned it, and it had the same problems. It didn't make any difference. So I cloned the problem over with it, too, and not functional.
So it means it's something in software?
Something got messed up, whatever. It's bad hardware, or if the old drive is bad, the corrupted files at that point go corrupt over to the new one. Even though the new one is good, it still has, messed up
because it's
files.
sending over a broken file.
Right, something like that. So that didn't work out. So I started installing the stuff on it, and the thing is, the Microsoft account these days, more and more people get tricked into having one or understand why they maybe want one. And the Microsoft account, part of it will back your stuff up. And goes pretty much automatic, and it's if you don't have too much, it has enough space to put it on. If you need more, they prompt you to pay for more.
They probably will sell you.
That's where they make some money, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, there's a certain base amount is free. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
So this particular machine, what I normally do is install Windows on it, a generic account, and what do you call it? Local account, what it's called, not a Microsoft account, and that's what people want. That's what they're asking for. They don't want to be with Microsoft at this point. And this one was set up with a Microsoft account. So with Windows 11, it's hard to not set up a Microsoft account. If you know how, it's pretty easy. But for normal people, you get prompted to set up your Microsoft account or make a Microsoft account.
Right.
And if you don't know any better, you're stuck until you make one or sign in with it, and then you can go on. So that is what mainly has changed. But in this particular case, the customer files, so this is one of the few that I've done so far. We with Windows 11, we need to make that account. And when people have it now, we set it up on the reinstall or the new machine or whatever.
Okay.
It pulled everything from the old machine back in. So it did that. And I said, well, I'm not convinced that I have everything. Let me just do like I always do, copy the files also over from the hard drive so that there's indeed nothing missing.
Sure.
And I can't copy them. Yeah, whatever is wrong with it, when I hook the drive up, I can't get into it. Now it says drive is corrupt or something like that, and I can't get any file. I haven't hooked it back up to the machine itself to see if it still boots up or not. It may have gone more bad or something. But all their files are back. The files that were on the desktop, they're all back now because of the Microsoft account.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know what it would have taken to get the files off the hard drive. Now we have a problem. We got a hard drive fixed or even possibly have to send it in for data retrieval. Was very expensive.
Yeah.
So there's an obvious benefit for these folks that they had a Microsoft account. Their files came back by itself. And I'm not sure if all of them are backed up, but at this point, don't matter. I can't tell. I can't get into it. I can't see it.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's stuff like that happens, you know. But so there's benefits of that. And benefit for Microsoft is obviously they can now sell you advertising too. And
absolutely.
Unfortunately, they keep putting that more and more into Windows. Everywhere is some search and some stuff in it. Don't know if anybody's noticed, with Windows 11 on your right-hand side keeps popping up with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's caused a problem. It says your McAfee is out of date. They don't have McAfee.
Right.
It says McAfee has detected a problem. Their emails or whatever come in, they turn into notifications. They pop up. And since they pop up not in email, but on your computer on the right-hand side, people now think, oh, my God, I have a problem.
You think it's a notification from your software, not an advertisement.
Right, because it's not understood. So that's just a feature that's been added to it, and it's like, we don't want it. We don't care. We don't need the notifications. I'll look for what I need. And Microsoft, of course, turns around and says, you know, we have a new thing. And the notifications, really helpful. You got to have it. Please do not put it on my machine.
And you wonder.
Yep, here it is.
You wonder if that's by design. Like if we make it this way, it'll be, it's masked enough to keep us from saying, no, we weren't trying to well, but at the same time saying, now we're going to.
It's just like the time change. Most people don't want to change the time, but where do you put it for? Daylight savings time or the regular time?
Right.
You can't come up with can't agree on nothing.
Right.
Same thing here. Some people will find those notifications very handy.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not what I use my machine for.
Sure.
And more on my end, I don't want any notification. Don't tell me what. I go look once or twice a day for what I need to know.
Sure.
Emails, for instance. Pop, new email. What is it? Pop, new. What is it? No, I don't have time for that. I go in the morning when I get to work now after this, and there's nobody there yet. The first thing I do is run through my emails.
Sure.
And then maybe later in the day I do it one more time, depending on if I have time or not. Otherwise, it'll be in the morning again. I don't want to be reminded that I have an email from this, an email from that. If it's important to me, I'll be watching for it.
Sure.
If you expect a package to come in and you really need it,
then you're
going to sit at the door and wait till the mailman or the UPS
or you're
guy comes
constantly
up.
checking your tracking thing.
Whatever. But
is it sell for delivery?
If it's something that needs to come in, and whether it's here yesterday, today, or in 3 days, you don't need it at this point. You just want it to have it when the other one runs out or whatever it's for.
Sure.
So too much interruptions, interference, and some people think that's great. Well, I don't.
Well, and too, that could be that generational, people, older folks like ourselves, we didn't grow up in an instant now generation, and now we have generations of people that literally they don't understand that things weren't available to them instantaneously like a lot of times they are now. And so you almost wonder if there's a little bit of a generational ideology there where younger folks, they're wanting the things that you're talking about, where people like us that have kind of gone a generation or two, doing the early days of computers, they're not so
I know, and
embracing of this
maybe
new stuff.
Maybe they like it, maybe they do, I don't know, but literally going through life like this.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I get you.
That can be right.
Exactly. I know. But I wonder if that's, maybe we just got to realize, well, they're not building it for us anymore. They're building it for the young people, and I wonder if that's part of what we're dealing with.
But
on some of
I'm
this.
almost arguing, are we messing the young people up by telling them they can watch this all the time and they need the notification?
I don't disagree with you. I think you're right. But at the end of the day, I'm sure Microsoft's like, we're answering to stockholders. We're answering to Bill Gates.
Yeah, that's the problem. And the answer to the people that buy you stuff a little bit too.
Yeah, they don't care, and that is the problem. You're right. So I guess if you are more of the ilk of like no, then you need to make John your friend, and then let's go, and he can work on your computers and the things you need him to do. He'll keep them doing them as long as technology allows him to do that.
Yep, I'm a little blunt about it. Many customers probably know, but I'll tell you if it's no good, if I feel like it's no good, and why.
Sure.
Now, on the other hand, what I feel is no good may be good for you. Compare it with a car. You have a car and you go to the grocery store. You're retired. You don't even have to go to work. And once in a while, you drive the thing twice a week. That's it.
Sure.
And you don't go further than the edge of town. The mall and the Walmart, whatever, in the north end, and the airport on the south end. As furthest you go. If that car is not really good and it's a piece of junk and it's not reliable and whatever, well, you can just about walk home if you're halfway in good health.
Sure.
Okay, not a problem. And if it's a small one and the seat's not very comfortable, who cares? 10 minutes you are, 15 minutes.
It gets you to the store and back.
Right, and you don't have to sit in a bad seat for a long time, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, compare the guy that needs to go to long distance, goes to Albuquerque twice, goes to Phoenix even, has to have the car, can't fly for whatever reason, need to bring something with him.
More of an office than a transportation thing.
Yeah. You don't want that car that you have in town, you want something reliable, and when you get out of it, when you arrive in Dallas, you don't go like, oh, God, you know what I mean? So good and good is, two different things.
It's about perspective, yeah.
Right.
And computers, obviously, that's what, and that's kind of what you're saying is look, if you're just trying to do X with this computer, then just make it to do X. Don't give it all the.
What most people do with the computer these days is, I don't know, 5% of what it can do, maybe.
Sure.
Power-wise, whatever, The biggest thing still is if you have an old drive in it, it takes forever to get the thing started. That's really, well, we just talked about it. You keep using your machine after you put the solid state drive in it.
Just like you, as you get older, it takes a little longer to get things done sometimes.
Yeah. But, if you, that's the biggest aggravation. We have people that want to buy a new one.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you got a good machine here. I can make that where you like it. And you put that drive in it. Well, your experience the same way.
Exactly,
you say, well, that old thing you bought in with the new hard drive in it, you say, that's faster than mine, and mine is $1,800 worth.
Yeah.
Well, we put the drive in it, and you go, oh, now it's good.
Makes no difference.
That's,
Yeah, if you're that person that turns on your computer and then goes away and gets a cup of coffee and gets dressed or gets in the shower and then comes back.
It's kind of if you compare it to that old car that you drive in town, but it only goes 8 miles an hour.
Right, exactly.
And you can say, well, we can make this thing go 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So something like that's what's happening.
Yeah,
I think.
it really does make a difference. And so if you're experiencing that and you're like, it's just slow, talk to John. Maybe we can put a solid state drive in, $200.
Yeah, and there's still several out there that can be upgraded. I think for about 2 years now is when machines started coming out mostly with solid state in it. That's been about 2 years now.
Okay.
And so the issue is slowly going away. Every once in a while, a brand new one comes in that still have a spinning drive in it, but almost.
It's just obsolete technology.
It's finally it's going by the wayside.
It's kind of like carburetors versus fuel injection. It's just going. You're finding less and less models with carburetors.
See, some
anymore.
things going forward are very good.
Yeah.
And some things it's like just for the sake of making it different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because there's some, but then again, we're also looking at an evolutionary process, and so
if you're in the middle of it, it looks sometimes nasty and ugly and why and whatever.
Exactly, but to get there, you had to get to this.
10 years later, you look back, oh, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we're going to look back at it with a Microsoft account if that pans out as it all goes, what it looks like. In another 5 years, we go, well, your machine crashed and your stuff was gone? What is up with that? Microsoft has it. And, but not yet.
Yeah.
You have to have that Microsoft account.
Sure. Well, I mean, just look at the advancements they've made since the internet age. I mean, think about, for some folks, depending on your age, when in the dawn of mass consumption of internet, you don't even access or get on or do the things on the internet the same way you did 20 years ago when you got internet. And so that's kind of the point we're making is to get where we're at now, we had to go through some turds to get there. And we're also experiencing that now probably with Microsoft and some of these software. It's as we transition to this, less keyboard and mouse and more button pushing or virtual pushing, there's gonna be some evolutionary bumps in the road.
Right. And then some things, you throw it at the wall, and if it sticks, you keep it type of deal,
Yeah.
Many things don't make it.
Yeah, exactly. But you're like, I don't care. I'm just trying to get my taxes done. If that's the case, that's when you just give John a call or come on by, and John will get the nuts and bolts.
If you can't figure it out, and if it don't work, we'll make it work.
And if you want to talk philosophy of computer with him, he'll be happy to as long as he doesn't have customers waiting.
Right.
As far as types of repairs and stuff, Al, is it more still a lot of the just keeping things alive right now and that kind of stuff? Or
the biggest problem seems to be the person using the machine.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, once you realize that, you do much better. Once you realize that you don't understand whatever, but you can't use it. You can't drive on the road if you don't know if red means stop and green means go and which side of the road. Let me take the middle because I'm safe. Either way.
Makes sense to me.
No, you need some rules you need to go by, and some things get done certain ways.
Sure.
And on a computer, everybody can do whatever they want. And they're much more complicated than it looks like. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
If you just push a couple of buttons and then you go on the internet, whatever. But if you don't understand that a website is not on your computer, the website says you're infected, call this number.
Yeah.
There's nothing. That's crap.
Yeah.
You throw that just away. But people fall for it left and right all the time.
Well, that's just it. We have enough information on a computer to be dangerous. To use it to navigate the little few things we're trying to do.
It's like everything else. If you don't understand it or don't, you can use it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Just because you can drive a car don't mean you can fix it.
Right.
If you start fixing it when you don't know anything about it, it probably don't come out real good.
But the problem is, your car's not giving you fake dummy lights. It's not saying, hey, you should...
brings us to a whole different deal, if...
and that's where you got to be a little savvy.
If a car causes problems and it's because of a manufacturing defect or whatever the reason, it's not your fault, it's from the car is defective. Manufacturers get pulled on the carpet, they get sued, they get in problem.
Mm-hmm.
In software, that thing you sign always on, I agree, because otherwise you can't get it installed.
Right.
It says literally in there, we're not liable for anything goes wrong on your end, even if it's our fault.
Yeah, they wipe their hands clean of all that.
Right,
we just sign
and
away
that
on
can't be right. That's too easy. You got to be at least pulled on the carpet. Got to have some pain if it don't work right, so you don't keep putting stuff out that don't work right.
And that's probably where the role of a government should get in and say something.
Yeah, government is a big thing. I'm looking at government. It's us. Us is the government.
Yeah.
So us need to speak up what we want, and there's too much regulation on one end and not enough on the other end.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Look at train derailments and banks and whatever. If there's a little more oversight, a little bit more rules in place, maybe a good thing.
Oversight's a good thing. It's just how much and where you place it, and that's the trick. That's the rub.
Well, for some things, it gets so stupid.
Exactly.
And then, do you agree with it? The whole thing going on in the world, one group against the other group, religion against non-religion.
Oh, yeah.
What is right, what is wrong? Well, if you don't believe in the particular religion, but the rules don't make any sense. Whether it's right or wrong is not what I want to discuss. It's just,
Exactly.
But
I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's one of those things that we got 20 people in 20 different areas coming from 20 different angles,
right.
and the computers are no different.
And then one good piece of advice is you didn't make the software in the computer. You don't know how to make it. You don't know how to really manipulate it, but just use it like the car driving it down the street, and that's all you know how to do with it, whatever. Then don't complain that they make something, it doesn't work quite right. Work with it, Sometimes you just got to do a little different from what you like to do to make it all work. If you complain about it and fight it, it's not going to work at all.
Yeah, it'll just make you mad, and it still won't work right.
Right. Of course, there's, in this part of the country, people like to take that thing that's not working because of their own fault and shoot it.
We got lots of beautiful open areas to bury and attack these.
People like to do that. I hear it a lot. Shoot the darn thing.
Well, good news is that keeps, they'll come back to you to get a new one until they shoot that one.
Come over here. I've had one, the guy wanted to shoot it because he wasn't working. He had a lot of trouble with it. We think we're getting it straightened out, but he wants to shoot it. It goes back to manufacturer for repair, still under warranty.
Okay.
And this one, when it comes back, I'm going to shoot it. I was like, well, that's fine, but, you still owe me money. Now, I've sold you a new one because you needed one, and you can't wait that long. But the one that comes back, I can use that and sell that. It's just, for a used machine.
Yeah.
So,
but don't shoot it.
Well, you can, but then you owe me $400 for repair all the time I got in it. Or I can sell the thing when it comes back, and let's call it even on that one. You bought a new one. And he said, well, I think I still want to shoot it. The wife was with him, and he said, no. Let's keep the $400, okay?
Right, we can go get another computer that's beat up.
Shoot something else.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny.
That is funny. Yeah. Well, that's when practicality came and saved the day.
Yep.
Just saw the time, and John's probably got to start heading to the office to help folks out here, so we probably should get him going. But
about that time.
But if you are in need of any kind of computer services, whether you're shopping for new or repairing old or upgrading whatever, and as John mentioned at the beginning of this conversation, now's the perfect time to come see him.
Now's a good time to bring it in because I'm waiting for people to help them because I'm sitting there, but everything is pretty much caught up.
Bring us your broken, you're tired, and you're sad, and let John
we'll
fix
it. We'll work it out.
Absolutely. Come on by Oasis Computers, right behind the Wool Ball. He serves AM hours, so he'll get underway here about 8 a.m. here in just a few minutes, and until about noon.
8 till 12, Monday through Friday, and then I try to leave no later than about 12:30, so there's half an hour to handle what comes in right at 12.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, especially lately with it being quiet, definitely give me a call. I might bring you in by special appointment because, I'm cleaning up old stuff and I'm fixing some old stuff and whatever.
So you're just kind of doing some housekeeping stuff right now.
Yeah, whatever needs to be done too, but it's a good time to get your computer fixed in a quick, reasonable time.
Absolutely.
But it's same all the time. The one day everybody comes in all at once. It's just how it
Feast
works.
or famine sometimes.
Right. But right now it's good to bring it in.
Good deal. So come on down. Yep. He'll be heading that way here in just a few minutes, ready to triage your problems. And then, of course, even if you got networking stuff or house calls, that's what he does in the afternoons. Give him a call. He'll be
that's
happy
what the afternoon is for.
Yeah, he'll be happy to make sure that take care of it.
Glad to come out if need to be.
Yeah. Let's give out the phone number.
575-625-9141.
And the actual address for
1703 North Garden Avenue, next to the railroad tracks behind the Wool Bowl Stadium.
Right, can't miss it. Come on by and say hi.
Yep.
And
don't go to Atkinson.
Yes. If you do, you might see me there looking for Oasis Computers. Thanks, John, as always. We'll appreciate the visit, and hopefully hopefully time change will be kinder to you next time, and hopefully we're talking about some good things.
It hasn't yet. It's the same every year. I hate it. But anyway.
And this is the worst one, too. I hate losing the hour. I don't
one.
mind gaining an hour. I hate losing the hour. But
there you go.
When you say, wait a minute, I could have gone back to bed for another hour. Thank you. I'll take it. But anyway, Thank you, John. We'll see you next time.
All right. Very good.
All right. It is 7:52. Let's pause for news and a quick break. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. It's good economic news for Eddy County leaders. Tax collections for oil and gas have exceeded budgeted expectations for the year. According to data supplied by the County Finance Department, Finance Director Roberta Gonzalez reports the county collected about $280 million in tax revenues through January. In July of last year, the county was projecting those revenues would be at about $238 million. However, Gonzalez did note that the price per barrel of crude has dropped since late last year, so tax collections could be lower in the coming months. 5 outdoor projects in New Mexico will get a surge of state funding for some big upgrades. The Outdoor Recreation Trails Grant program is funneling about $400,000 into the projects, ranging from improvements at a popular southeast shooting range to picnic tables along part of the Pecos River. 3 projects will get about $100,000. Those include upgrades at the 6 Mile Public Day Use Area in Carlsbad, the San Juan College in Farmington, and the Sidney Paul Gordon Shooting Range north of Alamogordo. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Suddenly, the entire tech world is raving about the latest incarnation of ChatGPT. Number 4 is here, and it can do literally anything, if you believe the hype. Here's why you shouldn't. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job for free and find qualified candidates quickly at linkedin.com/Kim. At the core of all AI chatbots is a group of smaller computers linked together to form what's called a large language model. They use a deep learning algorithm to correlate and summarize information gathered from massive sets of data, mostly found on the internet. Sure, you'll hear that GPT-4 can pass the bar exam, make medical diagnoses, write poetry, and draw a picture from only description, and do all of this and more in much less time than its predecessor. But GPT-4 is still loaded with tons of shortfalls. Given enough time and a full law library, even I could pass the bar, but I would not understand the law. It can tell you about ballet, but it doesn't understand it. It can't reason, it can't empathize, and until it can, GPT-4 simply cannot be fully trusted. Try my daily podcast, Kim Commando Today. The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories, plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Tim, we need to talk. I just can't get over that rate increase from Verizon and AT&T last year.
We'll switch to T-Mobile and get their price lock guarantee. They won't raise our rates for talk, text, and data ever.
Oh, we're switching today.
Switch to T-Mobile and get 4 lines for $25 a line with our price lock guarantee. We won't raise the price of your rate plan for talk, text, and data ever.
4 lines for $25 per line with autopay, plus taxes and fees. $5 more per month without autopay. Price lock for qualifying services excludes taxes, fees, select promos, and third-party services. See T-Mobile.com for details.
Hey New Mexico, experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Got a couple of softball scores to pass along to you. Goddard's first victory of the season. Get ready for all the stats because Goddard won 21-5 at Clovis. Avery Chavez, 3 for 4, a double and a home run. Gabriela Flores, 2 for 3 with a home run, 5 RBIs. Arianas, a home run with 3 RBIs. Marisol Hernandez, 4 for 4 with 3 ribbies. Caden Stubbs, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Goddard played place in the Artesia tournament at noon against Robertson tomorrow. That's the next game. Roswell defeats Dexter, meanwhile, 12-7 yesterday. Bella Ornelas was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a double. Emily Esquivel, 2 for 4 with a double. Roswell plays at Portales, a doubleheader on Thursday, starting at 4:30. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
You've heard of a Four Seasons room, but have you heard of a Four Seasons window? Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing and Windows. It might surprise you to learn many windows are built to handle only the cold or only the heat, but not both. In Southeast New Mexico, one or the other doesn't cut it. That's why Trustmark windows are built to handle our Four Seasons climate. The scorching summers, the bone-chilling winters, and everything in between. Special glass coating blocks extreme UV rays. A stout frame prevents warping from the extreme weather changes. And insulated glass is like putting your home in a giant styrofoam cooler in the winter and keeps cold out and warmth in. And in the summer, it keeps heat out and cool in. For our Four Seasons weather, get Four Seasons windows. Call today for your no-obligation spring window assessment. 575-755-7663 or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
If you're tired of sleep problems like insomnia, snoring, or restless leg syndrome, the Sleep Center at Artesia General Hospital is committed to helping you reclaim a good night's rest. Our Artesia location offers convenience, comfort, and a team of staff with more than 25 years of experience in diagnosing and treating adults and teens. It's time to put your sleep disorders to bed. Request an appointment online at artesiageneral.com/sleep.
Attention high school students, would you like information on the safest university in New Mexico? Then RSVP today to our Eastern New Mexico University Open House Preview Day, Saturday, March 25th. At ENMU Open House, you'll have a chance to win great scholarships and prizes. Get more information. Admissions, meet with the ENMU faculty, find out more about potential majors, and get a specialized campus tour. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM. KEND Roswell.
And we're closing in on 8 o'clock Town Hall News coming up next. And then next hour, we'll have the folks from United Way joining us talking about their big Get Lucky event on Friday. That's all next hour. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Do not go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. An international incident in the skies over the Black Sea is making diplomatic waves. A Russian fighter jet clipped the propeller of an American surveillance drone in international airspace. It caused the unmanned aircraft to crash.
Brigadier General Pat Ryder says the encounter went on for more than 30 minutes.
Several times before the collision, the Su-27s dumped fuel on and flew in front of the MQ-9 in a reckless and unprofessional manner.
The State Department called it a brazen violation of international law and summoned the Russian ambassador. But Anatoly Antonov told reporters it was too close to territory Russia claims as its own.
Crimea is a part of the Russian Federation. The United States does not recognize this status. And of course it's a contradiction, but does it mean that it's necessary to provoke Russian Navy or Russian Air Force?
Ben Thomas, Washington.
It's entitled Failure by Design, examining Secretary Mayorkas's border crisis. A hearing being held today by the Republican-led House Committee on Homeland Security, taking place in McAllen, Texas. No Democrats in attendance. They are boycotting. A Texas federal judge will hear arguments today in a lawsuit aimed at overturning FDA approval of the abortion pill mifepristone.
The Alliance Defending Freedom is seeking an injunction that would force the FDA to revoke its approval of the drug, which the Alliance says has safety risks that were inadequately reviewed. Hearing the case is Texas Judge Matthew Kaczmarek, who was appointed by President Trump.
And that's correspondent Donna Warder. The feds have launched an investigation of the second largest bank failure in U.S. history. The Justice Department and the SEC looking into the Silicon Valley bank collapse. Wall Street, the Dow down 530 points. The NASDAQ is off 141 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it?
You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Supporters of former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan threw bricks at police who fought back with clubs and tear gas today after officers tried to arrest the ousted premier for failing to appear in court on corruption charges.
Video taken in the early hours of this morning shows supporters of Mr. Khan's PTI party outside his home in Lahore. Tear gas fills the street, with some supporters trying to throw back the canisters launched at them by police. The standoff started yesterday when officers arrived saying they intended to arrest Mr. Khan. The former Prime Minister has a growing list of court cases against him, which he has dismissed as politically motivated. This warrant for his arrest was issued on Monday after Mr. Khan again failed to attend court, citing concerns about his safety. He insists that he has protective bail until later this week, something the police have disputed.
And that's the BBC's Carrie Davis. News and analysis at townhall.com. A pro-life monument being proposed in Arkansas.
It would be built near Arkansas's capital under legislation on its way to the governor's desk. The House on Tuesday approved a bill that would allow a monument to the unborn on the Capitol grounds. The proposal requires the Secretary of State to permit and arrange the placement of the monument. The monument would mark the number of abortions that were performed before the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade last year. A near-total ban on abortions took effect in Arkansas with last year's court ruling. Keith Peters reporting.
The latest powerful atmospheric river to drench California put almost 27,000 people under evacuation orders yesterday because of flooding and the risk of landslides. On the Central Coast, workers hauled truckloads of rocks to plug a broken river levee amid steady rain and wind. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Yep.
Despite that conversation, which I only caught enough to, what was that about?
I'm pretty sure he was just telling us he hadn't set his clocks forward yet.
Oh, okay. And then you said something about pants, and then...
Well, because he said he hadn't changed his, and then he paused.
You said pants.
And I was like, wait, pants?
And he said, how'd you know? No. No, but while y'all were doing, I was just scrolling last real quick on Facebook, and Ocean, being from Maryland, you know, I had one of the things I follow is Ocean City, Maryland's Facebook page.
Sure.
Apparently, they've got a concert. When is it? October. Oh, it's September 29th through October. It's a festival.
Ooh,
festival. In October, September 29th through October 1st. They literally stepped into the 90s.
Okay.
Jack Johnson and Alanis Morissette.
Wow.
Third Eye Blind.
Nice.
OAR.
Ooh.
Incubus.
I didn't even know OAR was still together.
John Mayer.
Who?
Sheryl Crow.
Dang. Well, Mayer was more of like a 2000s, I would say.
Jimmy Eat World.
Okay.
The Wallflowers.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
I actually had a Wallflowers album.
That sounds like a crazy festival, huh? I mean,
it does.
If you're born in the 90s or,
right.
you know, grew up in the 90s.
It's right up there with, and I don't know if you've heard about this, but the When We Were Young Fest.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard about that? For a couple years now, they've been doing this. It's called We Were...
Who headlines the When We Are Young Fest?
It's almost all punk bands. It's
bands that I was older for.
Green Day, Blink-182, Rise Against, Good Charlotte...
Oh, wow.
5 Seconds of Summer, Sum 41, Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup, Newfound Glory, just a ton of these.
Yeah, that's my mid to late 20s.
Pierce the Veil. This is basically like the Warped Tour that I went to in 2005.
This is like
2003.
Well, I would say that's 90. That is 96 through like 2004. That window right there.
Well, I was super into pop punk. As a kid / like college age adult. So like bands like Sum 41 and Blink and, you know, like the bands like that were.
Well, I saw
were
Blink on the
my
Warped
jam.
Tour. That was 97.
I saw Blink on the Warped Tour when I went with Roxy and the Girls.
Yeah.
But other bands I'm not too proud of being a huge fan of, like Simple Plan. I was a massive Simple Plan fan. Still kind of am.
See, the Warped Tour that I went to, I think it was 97. Blink-182 and Suicidal Tendencies were headlining, and that's why I went.
Wow.
Bummer thing was, one of the dudes for Suicidal was sick, so they didn't play that night. But the whole band hung out like on the stage with Blink-182. So, except for the sick guy, the rest were just kind of sitting, hanging on the...
What do they have to do?
Well, and they kind of goofed around with him. I mean, and it was kind of funny because if you're a fan of Suicidal Tendencies... and you're a fan of Blink-182, they're not the same kind of music.
Right.
One's more that punk skater music, and the other is...
And the other's Blink-182.
Blink-182. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
I was going to say John Mayer feels pretty out of place in that.
Yeah, he's kind of... Well, he brings the ladies with him. That's why he's there to make the event not a sausage fest. That's why he's there.
You ever...
Him and Alanis Morissette.
It was talked about a lot at the time, but you ever watched him perform? You ever watched him sing, John Mayer?
I don't like John Mayer or anything about John Mayer, so I avoid it at all costs.
His face is so weird when he's singing.
Yeah.
He does these weird, like, I want to run through the house of my house.
As a personality, I like him because he's kind of funny and witty and kind of, you know, a normal dude. But yeah, I have no desire to hear, see, or think about his music.
Fine, so I was the only one in the room who had room for squares? Just me? That's it?
Like when he's hanging out with Will Ferrell joking, I'm like, all right, then, you know, but if he's like, give me a guitar, I'm like, I'm out.
We're going to jam. That's never fun. By the way.
Which, by the way, he was part of the Bob Saget tribute. Yeah, John Mayer was right there hanging out with all the comedians and everything else.
This needs to be said. Unless you are a musician, that point of the party where everybody breaks down and starts playing instruments and singing, that's not fun for anybody but you.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear.
No, they I think it's still on Netflix, but they have the Bob Saget tribute. And it's a stand-up special they did like shortly after he passed. And it's basically a bunch of comedians of his genre that are hanging out at like a Laugh Factory in California there, and they do a little tribute show. They play clips from another tribute show they did like for the family at the house. And so some of like the Full House cast was on that, except for Stamos. He was at the main one, but like Coulier and that group. But yeah, so he's on stage there, and so it's like John Mayer, Stamos, a couple big name comedians, Jeff Ross, that level, and they're all just kind of hanging out. Oh, and
so it was almost like roast style.
yeah, a little bit, but it was more of a just hanging out remnant. They had a band, so there was a drummer, and then they brought in some musicians and John Mayer, and then and all of that.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy, just because one human being won't acknowledge him.
But I don't know, man. I would. Oh, Weezer. Did I say Weezer?
No.
Yeah, they're on the list too.
They're actually kind of making a bit of a renaissance. Like they've been busy lately.
Weezer's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some bands that I didn't know, but I heard of, like Slightly Stupid.
Okay. I actually they came to Roswell, I believe.
Did they?
I think so. This was years and years ago.
Dirty Heads.
Okay.
Rome. Dispatch. Innocent Criminals.
You said Sublime, right?
No, not Sublime. Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind. Because Rome is the new lead singer of Sublime. That's how they're actually touring again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just. But yeah, I imagine that's got to be a tour of some kind, right? You know, I can't imagine that's just an odd thing. And I know part of that is that area, DC area. There is a cult following of 90s stuff like Maryland, DC, and for example, just to kind of where I could see why this concert works there and may not work at other places. There literally is a rock station in DC. It's called DC 101. And growing up as a child, that was the rock station for the DC area. You know, if you wanted the latest rock, and that was DC 101. They had 98 Rock in Baltimore, and you could pick that up sometimes depending on, you know, the frequencies and the air and all that. But DC 101 was kind of our main staple. Yeah. And they had the Greaseman, which I've talked about him, and all that. And then Stern was on before him, and then Greaseman took over for many years. But anyway, that was the rock station. Well, I moved out of the D.C. area there in like 95, 96 time frame, joined the military. Well, sometime shortly thereafter, I don't know if that radio station just got put in a time capsule or they never, ever changed the program director, and he's literally a guy that grew up in the 90s and 2000s. I'm not sure, but if you listen to that station today, it literally is frozen in 1997. Like you're listening, and then here's Stone Temple Pilots, and you're like, what? And up next, Sublime, and you're just like, ruh. And once in a while they'll throw in like Imagine Dragons or something from the 2000s, but most of the station is kind of stuck in this 90s thing, and so I think that concert might work. And here's the thing: I went to that. Like, it's not new, because I like last time I visited my brother.
Imagine Dragons is not from the 2000s.
Well, compared to the other bands that they're talking about, that I'm talking
that's
about.
That's 2010s at least.
Yeah, what I'm talking about was this station plays music that's chronically stuck in the 90s, but occasionally they'll throw a 2000 song from like Imagine Dragons in there. But my point is that I think, like, I've gone back like to visit my brother like a year ago, and I literally go right to DC 101, and they're playing Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you're like, they're not changing a bit, and I like it because it's my jams, and so I'm like, dang, I haven't heard that song. That's an obscure Nirvana song. They don't play that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, they're still playing like it's, music from 1997 that's still there. And so back to my point, I think to have this concert in Ocean City with OAR and Alanis Morissette, the reason it works is because they literally still have a radio station, and it caters, and apparently it makes money because they have not changed the programming in 100 years. They're still on the air, and it's not NPR. So I'm thinking somebody's giving them money, so there's got to be an audience for this. So
it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that meme, Real Rock Radio.
Yeah.
Plays Imagine Dragons.
That's DC 101 now. So, by the way, if you're a fan of the Foo Fighters, There is Dave Grohl grew up in Baltimore, D.C. area, and there's an article that he did for Rolling Stone years ago. And the stations I'm telling you about, he grew up listening to the same station. So in the article, he's talking about DC 101, he's talking about 98 Rock, he's talking about Hammerjacks, all the rock music stuff that I grew up to and kind of knew on my radar, Dave Grohl also had. So for me, it's a little kind of a, oh, cool. Oh, he knows DC 101. He knows the Grease Man. He knows that.
Has that been a station for like forever?
It's still in DC. It's still DC 101. It's still, like I said, they literally froze the playlist like in 1998 and have not done anything to it.
Almost every station's gone through like 68 format changes.
Yeah.
NEW, which is the only station I know of from that area, from New York, they went through like 3 changes from after the FM Talk.
Yeah, and they're like a Clear Channel or whatever. They're a big boy. They're owned by iHeart or Clear Channel, one of the the big boys.
Right.
So apparently it makes money, or they would have nixed it real quick. So I don't know how they get away with it, but I'm a little jelly. Clarissa's here, right?
Yeah.
From United Way.
Just
at Chavis
Clarissa.
County. All right. So Clarissa's going to join us from United Way at Chavis County. Just a few minutes talking about their big Get Lucky Chavis County event. I would say it's their biggest annual event they do for fundraising for United Way of Chavis County. They do others, but this is kind of the one that is on most people's radar. Yeah. So, you get to have a good time, you get to wear green and help out good cause. I mean, I like to eat food and drink and gamble and help causes. It's good. Yeah, well, that's what we're getting ready for. I don't have any green on yet, but
I'm almost
only
never
Wednesday.
not having fun in green. It just happens. When I'm wearing green, I'm having fun.
One of my favorite shirts that I should not wear ever is green, and I'll wear it Friday.
All right.
It's my official shirt that I've had for 25 years.
It's not your Tricks Are for Kids shirt, is it?
No. It's no. I'm not that dumb. Okay. No. It's my Mr. Yuck shirt.
Oh, okay.
But it's 3 sizes too big for me because I bought it at a fatter time.
Right.
And
I bought it at a plumper time in my life.
Yes, clearly it's outdated.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I liked it because Mr. Yuck was a big thing when I was childhood.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me not to drink bleach.
Yeah.
So I saw the shirt years ago, and I've owned it to this day, and it's one of my favorite green shirts.
Yep.
So I'll just wear it Friday.
There you go.
Even though it'll be 2 sizes too big.
Mr. Yuck
is mean. Mr. Yuck is green. All right, it is 9:19. Here is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure will be developing in the Great Basin and moving into the Four Corners for the next couple of days, and that may bring us some showers by tomorrow. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, wind gusting at 35 miles an hour, and we'll be in the upper 70s. Windy overnight down to 50 and cloudy, and then maybe a few afternoon showers on Thursday. It'll stay windy and our high near 70. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 47 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 83%. Winds are currently out of the south at 13 miles per hour. Today's the warm day. Enjoy it. Drink it in. Expect partly cloudy skies. Highs near 80. But it's going to be breezy. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 15 this morning. Increasing 15 to 25. Gusting as high as 35 miles per hour later this afternoon. For tonight, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, overnight low of 50. Winds will be breezy out of the southwest, 20 to 25. Gusting as high as 35 miles per hour after midnight tonight. Winds will drop down 15 to 20 miles per hour. With the winds bringing moisture chances and cooler temps. For you Thursday, there is a 30% chance at showers for Thursday afternoon, otherwise partly cloudy and 68. Winds will remain breezy out of the southwest, 10 to 15 in the morning, increasing out of the north 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. 30% chance of showers tomorrow night as well, mainly in the form of rain before 1 a.m., then a rain-snow mix after that. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 32, north winds 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. They'll drop down 10 to 15 after midnight. Friday, we are looking at a 20% chance at some snow showers early, then it changing over to a little bit of rain. Partly cloudy, 51 for a high, northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy Friday night, overnight low of 31. And then more rain and snow chances for the weekend, 30% chance of rain and snow in the morning on Saturday, then just rain showers for the afternoon, mostly cloudy and a high of 52. 40% chance of showers Saturday night, rain first, then changing over to snow later, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 31. A 40% chance of snow early Sunday morning, then it changing over to a rain-snow mix, and then just rain for the afternoon. Mostly cloudy, high of only 47 on Sunday. And then Monday, a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, 57. So enjoy your 80s and cross your fingers. Hope we get some moisture over the next few days here. We could definitely need it. Let's see. It is 8:22. We're going to take a 2-minute break. And then Clarissa with United Way of Chaves County going to join us talking about the big Friday night event. Don't go away.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Edge Safety and Services LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screen. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 402 West Main Street inside the Edge Safety and Services facility. Edge Safety and Services LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Join Hot New Country 92.9 The Brand and Fiera 106.1 for a special live broadcast this Saturday from 10 to 1 at the grand reopening of the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. The Calico Cow has completely moved and settled into their new location at 200 East College behind Farley's in Roswell. Come see all the unique handmade gifts, the big variety of fabrics, and the brand new line of Brothers sewing machines. We'll be there from 10 to 1 with hot dogs and ice-cold Pepsi, plus mini giveaways and a lot of fun. See you Saturday, 10 to 1 at the grand reopening of the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. Joining us in studio this morning from United Way of Chaves County, Clarissa back with us. Good morning, Clarissa. How are you today?
Good morning. I am fabulous.
You are all dolled up in your... you could go... St. Patrick's?
Yes.
With the antennas, even a slight with a Roswell twist.
Kind of Roswell twist.
It's
yes.
St. Patrick's with a Roswell twist.
The shamrock antennas, but yes, and my Get Lucky pin, and yeah, I have been confusing people for like a couple of weeks now. Somebody look at me and they'll go, "Is it St. Patrick's Day today?" And I'm like, "No,
Almost.
but it's gonna be." And if you have nothing to do on St. Patrick's Day, I have a great event for you to do.
Absolutely, yeah. This is I know the United Way of Chaves County does multiple events, fundraising, but this event is kind of the tent pole as far as bringing in the most funds, right. Generating the most revenue for all the different organizations that benefit from United Way.
Right.
So all we're asking you to do is come out Friday night, put some green on, be festive, and then come out for some dancing and some food and drinking, gambling, and just having a good night of hanging out with people and having fun.
Yeah, it's a great way to raise money for United Way of Chaves County, and also have a great time. This is an outreach kind of thing for us because we used to just do like a golf tournament. Yeah. And although that's great and it generates a lot of good funding, we would only keep hitting those same people.
Sure.
The same people
that
were there.
Like to golf.
Yeah, the people that like to golf. So this way we have people from all around the community,
sure.
21 and older.
Everyone likes to eat.
Everyone likes to eat. We're doing we try to do an all Irish dinner.
Sure. You gotta make it a little non-Irish for people that aren't used to Irish fare.
Right. The first year we did total Irish, and it was a total bomb on food for people because they were like,
there's nothing wrong with corned beef and cabbage.
Right.
Corned beef's a good tasty.
You know, when it sits on a buffet for a while, it's not the greatest
doesn't have the appeal
smelling
thing,
and it doesn't look great. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be doing Irish themed food.
Okay.
Everything's all about being Irish. It's all about getting lucky because it's St. Patrick's Day. This year, St. Patrick's Day fell on a Friday. So we're like, we've got to have the party on St. Patrick's Day. I mean, we normally do it around the Saturday around St. Patrick's.
Yeah, usually a day or two.
But now since it was on Friday, we have to do it. So.
Well, now you're gonna have to do it on Saturday next year because I think using logic, St. Patty's Day will be on a Saturday.
You would think, wouldn't that be fabulous? But no, of course, next year's leap year.
Right? It messes it up,
okay.
doesn't it?
So we'll still do it on a Saturday next year anyway.
Bummer. Oh well. Stupid leap year.
It works that way. Every time my birthday's going to be on a Saturday, it's leap year. I'm
kind of in that same boat too because I'm an April baby, so I fall into some
of
that.
Really, it pushes my birthday. What? Okay. So Friday, this is something to do in Roswell. Well, there's nothing to do in Roswell.
Absolutely.
Nothing to do.
A bogus line anyway.
Yes, there's lots to do. You just have to go out and find it. This is a fabulous way. This is an event that you don't have to have a date for.
No.
I mean, if you have a date for, it's great. But if you don't, you can come out by yourself.
Maybe you'll get one.
Right? It's $50 a ticket.
Yeah.
That includes dinner. It includes a happy hour.
Okay.
And it includes your casino gaming.
Oh, good deal.
So
games.
Yeah. Well, you come in. They give you about I feel like it's $1,000 they give you.
Okay.
And then you have that to gamble with, and from there you either make more money or you lose it, and you can buy more money, of course, that kind of stuff.
Well, the idea is we want you to win money, but we also want you to lose because, again, we're trying to help out all the great organizations that receive funding through the United Way.
Yeah, and that's all these organizations. Any nonprofit is eligible to be part of United
And
Way.
this is like if you're one of those folks and you're thinking, I want to give back, I want to serve the community, and I want to tithe, or I want to make sure that I'm supporting great organizations. I get you. Sometimes you're like, well, it's like picking my favorite kid. Sometimes you're like, Grant, maybe I need to go to the Roswell Refuge. I love what they do, but I also love what the Scouts do.
Mm-hmm.
I also love, here's the good news. This event covers it because not every single, but most organizations here in town do receive some kind of funding or benefit through United Way. So if you're like, I can't decide who needs the money more, is it the Scouts? Is it well? You don't have to worry about it,
right? Harvest Ministries. We're feeding the homeless. We're sheltering the homeless. We're taking care of small children to the adults. The adult center. It is all around. 100% of the money that you give to United Way in Chaves County goes to help people in Chaves County.
Yeah.
We are not one of those organizations in Chaves County. We've made it a way that we do not pay any of our administrative costs and things like that out of the money that's donated.
Well, that's a tribute to the people, the volunteers, because I know that yourself and the others that do this, it is a job. I mean, it may not be a 40-hour week job, but it's certainly a job that it sucks up a lot of your time. And so for you to volunteer and do that for free, where same people take a stipend for that, I mean, that's awesome. So
it's a great
that's a tribute
deal
to the people that serve United Way of Chaves.
Yeah, there's a lot of help with it. We have the United Way Foundation, which is a group of people that have made it their mission to make sure that all of our admin costs are paid for that way.
Right.
So then, we're not one of those people they say on the internet, oh, well, the United Way person makes $300,000. That doesn't happen here. That is not happening here 100%. You give me $1 and that $1 going out in this community.
Love that.
That's what's happening. So all the money that we make out of this event on Friday night at 6 o'clock at the Civic Center, get lucky.
Yeah.
All of that money is going to go to help Chaves County and people in Chaves County.
Absolutely. So if you've got your tickets already, awesome. We'll see you on Friday night, but you can still get tickets. I'm sure that everyone at United Way would appreciate you to get advance tickets. However, if you space out and Friday night you're like, oh, you can get my tickets, I still want to go. Come on down. Slap a green hat on or a green dress or shirt.
You don't even have to do that. We have some of that stuff at the door.
If you're lacking on green attire, We got some.
We got stuff to keep.
It's just
you
like the
covered.
fancy restaurant. You're supposed to wear the tie. They got a tie.
Right.
They
Well,
get
you know, if you're not wearing green at this event, it's because you did it on purpose and you really want to get pinched.
and you deserve it.
There is zero excuses because we have it at the door if you're not wearing green. But yeah, you can buy your tickets at the door.
Sure.
$50. Like I said, it does. You don't have to have a date. You can come by yourself.
Absolutely.
We do have dancing. We also have a whiskey and wine pool, which
Great.
is something fun and different. It's another way to raise money. You buy a cork with a number on it.
Okay.
You draw a cork and it's got a number on it and it corresponds to a special bottle in the back.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
we
I've
have
never
different-
done one before.
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of different. So
I just
each
thought it
bottle,
involved drinking, and I'm like, well.
you don't get to drink it right then, so you have to take it home. But you end up getting a bottle of wine or a bottle of whiskey. It's the smallest value is $20 that you would end up with. So you're not going to end up.
So you're
with
getting with a good
some-
bottle.
Yeah, you're not getting some Boone's Farm or something.
Yeah, you're not getting
some
bottom
kinda,
shelf.
Yeah, we're not definitely. You're not getting what is that stuff, Crow or I don't know any of that kind of stuff. So it's going to be good whiskey or good wine.
Yeah.
So that's another little fun event we're going to have during that time.
Cool.
Of course, like I said, there is dancing in the casino gaming. What you do is you game, you win money. The money turns into tickets.
Okay.
And the tickets go into different bins. We have different prizes from places that have been have donated things.
Nice, like door prizes
Yeah,
or
like they're kind of like door prizes, but yeah. So you put the tickets in there, and then at the end of the night we draw and who wins each individual prize.
And they're probably pretty nice prizes.
They're pretty good prizes. We've been very lucky. Of course, we are like in our last minute draw to pick some up, and some have fallen through. So if you have a great prize, you can donate to us. We would love to have it. I mean, the more prizes, the better, right?
So if someone's listening, is it like the level of prizes you would expect at, say, like a silent auction?
Something, yeah.
So if you're offering services for your business or a artwork or a trip or something like that, or maybe it's a gift certificate for services for your business, things like that. If you'd like to donate something like that, reach out to Clarissa here or anyone in United Way, and we would love to have that donation.
We would love to have that. Like I said, the prizes are the great draw because that's what everybody's gaming for. So they want to win more tickets so they can get great prizes. So if you have a great prize, or maybe even something you've never really used and it's still in the box, and you're like, I'm never going to use that Keurig, or I'm never going to use whatever, that kind of stuff. So you can give it to us.
Absolutely.
Call us at the United Way office, 622-4150, or get a hold of any United Way board member. They will definitely get a hold of.
You ever seen the movie Old School?
Yes.
You know the bread maker that he keeps giving to his kid?
Yes.
If you got that bread maker, bring it on.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a great prize,
I'm
by
about
the
to
way.
say,
right?
a 6-year-old probably don't want it,
No,
but, most other people
But
would.
their mom does. So, yeah, it is a great prize. I mean, yeah, those bread breakers were the awesomest things. Yeah.
But when you were talking about that, that's what I went right to that.
I know,
Where he
it's
keeps
so
bringing
funny.
that bread maker. I gave that to you. But it's going to be a fun night, like you said. Now, doors the event starts at 6. What time will the doors? About 6 o'clock? Everything open up?
Pretty much everything opens right at 6,
kind
a little
of
before 6. We're on a mad dash to decorate that day since it's Friday, right?
Sure.
So we have to decorate, and because they have other events going on at the Civic Center,
probably can't get in
we
till,
can't
like,
get in
Friday
until Friday morning. So we're going to be mad dash to decorate, and then, so doors will open a little bit about, 5:45, 6.
Okay.
Then, that we start with that happy hour, get everybody excited, get some food in everyone's belly, and then it's time to game and start getting those gambling.
Calling all United Way volunteers, meet at the convention center at 0800 Friday morning for setup.
Amen. Yes. If you got nothing to do on Friday, please come help us.
But so get your tickets, come out, and now you can. Now this event is kind of like you said, you can get doted up in your fancy greens or come as you are, casual greens. It's a treat it the way you want. If you want to make it like a fun day night and do it kind of formal, then go knock yourself out, have a good time. But if you're like, no, I'm a t-shirt and jeans person, I like to come, then come on in, put a green t-shirt on, but then come on in and have some fun with us.
Right, yeah, absolutely. It is not a dressy event. It doesn't have to be. Of course, I'm going to be all sparkly and green, but that's just me.
Well, she's already greened up and it's 2 days out, 3 days out.
I'm a little vested in this event, so yeah. But like I said, it's not a completely dressy thing. You just come casual, come comfortable.
Sure.
Like I said, there's going to be some dancing if you like. There's going to be we're going to have a photo booth, and you can dress up in your little outfits for the photo booth.
Share your memories.
That's free and part of it, and then the gaming.
And please share all that because at the end of the day, you're helping United Way by doing that, raising awareness. So when you come out Friday night, you get involved with some of the pictures and the frames, and put that to Facebook and tell people you're at the United Way Get Lucky event. And even if people are going to go that night, we're hopefully inspiring people to say, hey, maybe I'm going to get in touch. Maybe I can set up a pay check deal where you only have to worry about it. They take $1 or $2 out of every paycheck. And it goes right to United Way. You can earmark that for a specific organization with United Way or cover all of United Way, whatever. There's a lot of options there. Talk to United Way folks. They'll explain all that to you.
Yeah, there's definitely you can get on a payroll deduction, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I've always told people, if you can give $2 a paycheck, what is that? A Coke and maybe now it's just a Coke. Right?
Yeah, about to say.
Yeah,
you get half a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you get like a whatever. If you could do that, if everybody in Roswell could do that for every paycheck, we wouldn't have a problem raising funds. We would have so much money to give everybody.
Sure.
And everyone would be able to do what they needed to do to keep our nonprofits going.
Absolutely.
So if everyone would do that, $2 every paycheck, that's not a lot.
Probably wouldn't even notice it.
You wouldn't even
out of
notice
the paycheck,
it. Of course, if you could give more, we could.
We'd love that.
But,
you could do 5 or 10 or 100.
That
would be amazing. But
so if you could do that, and if like you're not already set up to give to United Way, give us a call. We will help you get set up and get your company set up.
Can they do it Friday night, or is that all just for
Absolutely.
partying?
We
Okay.
can. Yeah, we will all be there.
Can we
Our
stop
board
for
members
business
will be
for a
there.
minute? Okay.
Our new executive director, Laura Weathers, has been working really hard to start getting things going, and she's into the groove, so she's ready to sign new people up and get more donations every day.
I've talked with her, known her, and done things, and I know, when she puts her mind to things happen. So,
yeah, it's going to happen. We're very blessed to have a great director. Our outgoing one was amazing, and she trained this one. She groomed her, so it works out good for us.
So it's got the DNA of all the excellence from years past.
So when you're giving your dollars, they're being taken care of, and they're being used in Chaves County to help somebody.
Absolutely.
Of all ages.
That's the thing that we're talking about. Yeah, come on out and dance and eat some food and gamble, have fun. But at the end of the day, you're doing all this, and really, this is the event. The success of this event really dictates how much funding all these organizations get each year, and you always see usually out in front you'll see the chili pepper in front of the courthouse talking about goals and how close we're hitting that goal. Well, this event does a big part to move that needle on that thing, and
it really is.
And if we don't support this, then places like the Roswell Refuge are going to struggle to get funding and try to have to overcompensate for the lack of funding here with something else. So come on out, eat some corned beef, and come and have some fun and dance and gamble and lose money, please.
Right.
I mean, help us out.
Lose money, spend money, bring money. You can even just make donations that night if you like.
If you got a 17, maybe take a hit. Just saying, instead of staying at 17, take a maybe get a 2, probably get a 10, but that's all right.
This company that comes down, they are some fun dealers. They're super fun, so you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah,
you're gonna enjoy yourself, have a great time. I mean, I know that my husband's always goes to these events, and he's like, I gotta go to another one of those events, and I'm like, no, this one's. When he started going to ours, he was like, man, this is fun.
This one you have to drag him to.
He's like, and he tells his friends, hey, you guys need to come. Hey, y'all need to come. This is a lot of fun. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, because you get to like I said, there's something going on all the time.
Sure.
Through that night, like I said, we have dancing. We'll be doing some 50-50 draws. We'll be doing the whiskey wine pool. We have of course, casino going on. Of course, food's still going to be going most of the night too.
If you get lucky, you might walk out of there with a bag full of swag, and you might break even if you play your cards right here.
Right. So yeah, you'll have more than you put in. I mean, $50. It's not a whole lot to give up for one night. No. And you can enjoy yourself.
For the amount of food and entertainment and everything, you probably would have spent 3 times that much doing it on your own. You know what I mean?
Right.
So come on out, have a good time, and again, help the United Way at Chaves County and all these great organizations.
What else are you going to do on St. Patrick's Day? You might as well come and enjoy yourself and just enjoy a whole Irish themed night.
Absolutely. While we got you talking about the United Way and stuff, say there's people listening that maybe they're new to town, or maybe they're looking to get involved in some more civic organizations and things. I imagine you could always use more volunteers to serve at various capacities through the United Way, whether it's boots on the ground, setting up tables, to serving and working on the board. I mean, I imagine you probably got a little bit of everything available for people that are wanting to volunteer.
Yeah, we have a lot of things that you can help with a campaign. You can be on the board. Of course, we always need board members, active board members.
Sure. That's the key, active.
Active board members.
We got enough to fill out the newsletter every month. We need people to sit in the chairs and make decisions.
Exactly. So, yeah, if you're new to Chaves County and you want to learn about what's going on in Chaves County, United Way is the easiest way to do it. And like I said, like you said earlier, like you give your dollars and it goes to help so many different places. You don't have to just focus on one place.
Sure.
And it's a great way to give back to the community and learn all about what's going on in the community. So our board is comprised of different people from various capacities in community, from retired people to the president of the college and myself and other places. So yeah, we always need board members.
Sure. And what I like about it is because some of these organizations, they get funding from multiple sources and things, but some of these organizations, when they get that money, it's grant money or whatever, and it's earmarked for specific things. Like maybe it's earmarked for a specific program that they want them to instill, or maybe it's money specifically funded for a certain product or thing that they want to give to people, and that's it. The United Way money gives them the freedom to say, okay, all right, we got the money earmarked for our whatever conference or whatever, but we need to do ancillary stuff. We got to pay the light bill for our building here. We got to make sure that there's food and snacks for this or whatever. That's where the United Way money, because they can kind of use that money to fill in where the others can't help.
Right.
And so
every organization has a different need.
Yeah.
And so our money can be used for those different things. It doesn't have to be used on a specific thing.
Yes.
Like
It gives them freedom to pivot that money.
Most of the time when they apply for the funds, they say, like, for instance, we need a new refrigerator.
Sure.
Our walk-in refrigerator is going out, or we need, a new room built on this.
And there's not a grant to cover that kind
right.
of thing. Yeah.
So that's what our money is used for. And like I said, 100% of the money that you give in Chaves County stays in Chaves County to help someone in Chaves County.
And each organization is different. I mean, I'm just giving an example, but some it's directly like, no, our United Way money pays exactly for these computers for these or whatever it is. It's something and that's if you ever get a chance. When do y'all have your banquet luncheon where you have all the? When's that come up?
We just had that. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, we just had that.
Well, next time that comes around, try to go to that event if you can get invited. Go because you really get to see, because that's kind of when we celebrate the organizations, but you get to learn about exactly where some of this money's going, and you hear all these great organizations talk about all the great things they're able to do because of the funding they got through United Way. So we missed it for 2023, but if it gets on your radar for next year or
we'll
later.
have our campaign start up again in August, and so you'll start seeing that happening. That was just kind of
now we can kind of learn about exactly
what's going on. Don't worry, we're always around. We'll be around all the time. So but for now, we're just asking everybody, come get lucky.
Yes.
At the Civic Center on Friday night. $50 starts at 6:00, where you go until about 11:30, and pretty much till they kick us out.
Yeah.
And come enjoy. You can do some gaming. You get dinner. We have a whiskey wine pool. Like I said, we have a little happy hour, some dancing. There's just all kinds of fun and something to do in Roswell on St. Patrick's Day.
Plus, you got a whole night to practice your Irish accent. People won't make as much fun.
That's right. Yeah.
Walk and pretend you're a leprechaun.
I have for many years been in search of somebody that could play a leprechaun and run around. So if that's your talent, I'll take it.
Perhaps someone tiny. They're usually tiny.
That would be, yeah.
But 6 p.m. Friday night at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. Tickets will be available at the door. It's a 21 and older event, so leave the kids, get a sitter, or leave them with the older siblings,
right.
And then you make it date night or make it friends and adult night.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to get advance tickets, go ahead and call 575-622-4150. You could probably shoot a message on the Chaves County United Way of Chaves County Facebook page.
Yes.
Type in United Way and then Chaves County, because you're going to get a lot of United Ways
right.
you don't. And then and you just shoot a message and someone says, we'll be happy to get you a ticket.
Absolutely.
If you completely space out and you show up Friday, you're like, I didn't get a ticket. No problem. You can get a ticket. It's still $50.
$50.
Not going to charge you more at the door. It's $50. And again, all the proceeds go to help our local organizations here. So come on out, wear your green, ready to eat some great food, bring a good, comfortable dancing shoes, come out, maybe, practice your poker and blackjack skills here, and then come on out Friday here and have some
come
fun.
out Friday, enjoy your time on St. Patrick's Day in Chaves County, and let's get lucky.
And of course, come out if you're interested in being more involved in United Way. Come out, look for Clarissa or any of the United Way volunteers. They'll be happy to give you more information, set you up, and get you more involved.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you have prizes, give us a call. We'll bring those.
Exactly. If you got a trip or maybe a spa package or a nice maybe meal or something, or a golfing outing or something like that that you'd like to give away or donate to United Way, so they can use as an award for good poker play or good play here. We'd really appreciate it.
Right, that'd be great.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Clarissa. We'll see you here. We need to see you before the next green event here. We need next time United Way comes up and stuff.
Okay.
We'll get you and Cindy and Laura. I'll get them all in.
We'll get us all in here. Yeah,
talk about stuff.
You won't be able to get a word in edgewise.
I'm good at getting my word in. People tell me to shut up. They might be people like, thank God, get him in sooner. Shut him up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Clarissa.
All right, thank you.
All right, it is 8:47. Let's pause for news. Wall Street Business Update. Quick break to pay for lunch. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. It's good economic news for Eddy County leaders. Tax collections for oil and gas have exceeded budgeted expectations for the year. According to data supplied by the County Finance Department, Finance Director Roberta Gonzalez reports the county collected about $280 million in tax revenues through January. In July of last year, the county was projecting those revenues would be at about $238 million. However, Gonzalez did note that the price per barrel of crude has dropped since late last year, so tax collections could be lower in the coming months. 5 outdoor projects in New Mexico will get a surge of state funding for some big upgrades. The Outdoor Recreation Trails Grant program is funneling about $400,000 into the projects, ranging from improvements at a popular southeast shooting range to picnic tables along part of the Pecos River. 3 projects will get about $100,000. Those include upgrades at the 6 Mile Public Day Use Area in Carlsbad, the San Juan College in Farmington, and the Sidney Paul Gordon Shooting Range north of Alamogordo. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure will be developing in the Great Basin and moving into the Four Corners for the next couple of days, and that may bring us some showers by tomorrow. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, wind gusting at 35 miles an hour, and will be in the upper 70s. Windy overnight down to 50 and cloudy, and then maybe a few afternoon showers on Thursday. It'll stay windy and our high near 70. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. prosecutors are investigating the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank, according to a source familiar with the matter, as scrutiny mounts over the firm's sudden collapse and regulators scramble to contain the fallout. Southwest Airlines, still trying to polish up its image, said on Tuesday it would upgrade its crew scheduling software and hire more staff in the winter as the carrier attempts to address problems that had led to large-scale cancellations during the holiday season. Facebook parent Meta Platforms said it would cut 10,000 jobs this year, making it the first big tech company to announce a second round of mass layoffs as the industry braces for a deep economic downturn. Tyson Foods will close 2 U.S. chicken plants with almost 1,700 employees, the company said on Tuesday. Tyson will shut a plant in Glen Allen, Virginia, and a plant in Van Buren, Arkansas. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's worst nightmare. You know storm chasers, those out-of-town roofers that descend on neighborhoods after big storms. They come in, do a crummy job, then poof, they're gone forever. Well, a few years ago, our area had a hailstorm, and right on cue, storm chasers showed up. I was driving home from work one evening and saw one talking to an elderly lady on her porch. I said, "Not today, buddy." I did a U-turn, pulled in the driveway, and walked right up to them. I warned the woman who they were talking to, and I chased away the storm chaser. The woman's daughter called me later and said a storm chaser ripped them off a few years ago. She thanked me for stopping this one and chose Trustmark for her roof. Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's nightmare. Every homeowner's champion. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring and roof gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
If your tires are flat, need your car fixed, our reviews are better than mixed at Big O. At Big O Tires. We do the job fast and with a smile. Whatever the problem, we go the extra mile at Big O. At Big O Tires. Trusted service, no need to lie. Hop online, our reviews are high at Big O. At Big O Tires. Unbeatable service in all our stores. That's why we get such high scores at Big O. At Big O Tires.
With high customer ratings, you can trust your locally owned Big O Tires. Now through March 26th, buy 3, get 1 free on select in-stock Sumitomo or Cooper branded tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers. At participating locations, no cash value.
At Artesia General Hospital, we want to help you feel better faster. And when prescribed by your provider, IV therapy can be one of the quickest ways to help you feel well again. Our infusion center services include antibiotic or allergen therapies, blood transfusions, and medication infusions for chronic conditions like Crohn's disease and osteoporosis. Whether you choose care at the clinic or hospital, you can expect a highly skilled staff and a private, safe setting with your comfort in mind. Referrals and appointments are required. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/infusion.
February 3rd, 1943, the SS Dorchester was sunk by a German U-boat while en route to Greenland carrying approximately 900 people on board. This event has been referred to as the second worst sea disaster of World War II. It was during this tragic event that 4 military chaplains paid the ultimate sacrifice to save hundreds on that fateful day. The American Legion Post 61 family would like to invite you to hear the story of the 4 chaplains and hear why these 4 men are still inspiring Americans today. Join us at First United Methodist Church, 200 North Pennsylvania in Roswell on Sunday, March 19th at 3 p.m. This event is completely free and all are welcomed and encouraged to attend.
The mission of Country Club Road is to know Jesus and make Jesus known. We want to know Jesus better so we can be more like him and be moved to share Jesus with those around us. One of the words we don't often think of when it comes to Jesus is accountability. Jesus always met people where they were, but he always called them to be more than what they were. He called a ragtag bunch of fishermen to follow him so they could be fishers of men. He called a tax collector who cheated his own people and called him to be a disciple. The Jewish leaders were ready to stone a woman caught in adultery, and once he called the leaders out for their hypocrisy, he told the woman to go and sin no more. Peter was one of his apostles and the inner 3, but he repeatedly spoke and acted before he thought things through. He even went so far as to deny Jesus 3 times, even after Jesus warned him about his fall. But Jesus forgave him, and Peter became one of the pillars of the early church. He makes the same call to each of us. Let's answer that call.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:56. Stay tuned next hour about 9:15. We'll have Andrew Moore with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce join us to get on to talk about what they've got coming up, updates, things like that. Hey, Chaves County veterans, well, all veterans, listen up. They're having a Chaves County Veterans Symposium It's going to be taking place at the National Guard Armory, which is located at 1 Earl Cummings Loop, South End, down by the base. Thursday, March 30th. It's going to be an all-day event from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Services that will be available all day for veterans include if you have issues with veterans property tax exemption waiver claim stuff, claims clinic hosted by the DAV, the VA Regional Office, and the New Mexico Department of Veteran Services. There's a lot of acronyms here. Please excuse me. Goodwill Industries. Well, they also have these acronyms next to Goodwill. SSVF, HVRP, and CSEP. I have no idea what those are. Local Chaves County veteran organizations will be there. Also, Veterans Healthcare Services, Vet Center, Women's Veteran Programs, VA Home Loan Information, plus Senior Services and more. The scheduled events, like I said, starts at 8 a.m. and goes till 5 all day. But during the day, they'll have at 9 a.m. the Youth Challenge Academy will be doing the presentation of colors and kind of officially kicking off the event. From 10 to noon, they're going to have the PACT, the PACT Act Town Hall. And that's with the VA Healthcare, VA Regional Office, and the New Mexico Department of Veteran Services. At noon, they're going to have a performance by the New Mexico Military Institute Gauss Rifle Team.
Nice.
And then at 1 p.m., they're going to do a survivors benefits presentation by the VA Regional Office. So those are some of the timed events. If you want to be in those, you need to be there at 9 or be there at 10.
Sure.
But it'll be going on all day, come and go for the other stuff. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Danielle Thompson. She's the Veteran Senior Officer for us locally here at the Department of Veteran Services for New Mexico. 575-416-2285. 575-416-2284. So that'll be the number to get to Danielle.
There you go.
We got to get her on, too. I got to call her. And
yes.
We'll get her on before the event to remind folks about that one. So
absolutely.
So get Lucky Friday and get benefits on the 30th.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I don't have time. I was going to talk about one more thing, but I really can't do it justice in 45 seconds. So I will not do that.
Fair enough.
I am I'm getting into a lull in my TV, my because now The Last of Us is done.
Right.
I ain't got many left of Mayor Kingstown.
Call Saul.
I got Saul, but
they're fixing to put the last season on Netflix.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think it's at the end of this month.
Oh, nice.
So I'm stupid excited about that.
But there's something else that's getting ready to come out. I'm excited. The new season of here in March. What is it? It's something I want to see. Well, I know Mandalorian just showing up, but there's something else that's is it on Prime? I can't remember, but we're going on to I'll think.
Right after we get off the air.
You're listening to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away. I'm going to think old man.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Let the proceedings begin.
The committee will come to order, and without objection, the committee may recess at any point.
House Homeland Security Committee Chair, Republican Congressman Mark Green, convenes a hearing on the border crisis, a hearing in McAllen, Texas.
The purpose of this field hearing is to break out of the bubble in Washington and speak to a variety of leaders who oversee those on the ground dealing with Secretary Mayorkas' crisis at our southwest border.
Green lambastes Democrats for boycotting the hearing. They claim it's nothing more than a political stunt.
You tell me, taking a hearing to the point of the crisis for a first-hand view, or boycotting a hearing because you know we're going to shine a light on the truth. Which of those is a political stunt? I'd say the political stunt is these empty chairs.
And this morning's hearing entitled Failure by Design, examining Secretary Mayorkas' border crisis. Parts of the West Coast have been flooded by torrential rains, parts of the Northeast buried by heavy snow.
In Fitchburg, Massachusetts, Peter Davis doesn't seem to mind all the snow.
Finally, the big snowstorm of the year. I finally get to use my new snowblower.
But Tuesday's storm left tens of thousands of homes and businesses without power, and there were widespread school closings. The storm's path included New England, northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, and upstate New York, where in some locations 2 feet of snow fell.
Correspondent Donna Warder. Aggression by Russia in the skies over the Black Sea is further escalating tension between Washington and Moscow. The Pentagon says a Russian fighter jet clipped the propeller of a U.S. surveillance drone, causing it to crash. The Pentagon says this happened in international airspace. Sell-off this morning on Wall Street. The Dow down 545 points. The Nasdaq off 132. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Sleep Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-626-5252. That's 800-626-5252. 800-626-5252.
The Oxford English Dictionary adding dozens of words commonly used in New Zealand.
The OED describes itself as the definitive English guide. Its latest edition of vocabulary deepens its coverage of the dialect spoken in New Zealand with 47 new words. The majority reflect the influence of the Māori language, spoken by the country's indigenous Polynesian inhabitants. Everyday words include kia ora e hoa or hi mate, koha meaning gift, and whenua or homeland. More conceptual and hard to translate terms such as rangatiratanga, signifying the right to self-determination, also feature. In addition, there are non-Māori derived words, including after ball, a party following a formal event, and the colloquial greeting chur, a derivation of cheers.
That's BBC's Will Leonardo. After barreling through Mozambique and Malawi since late last week and killing hundreds, displacing thousands more, Cyclone Freddy set to move away from land today. Townhall.com. Arkansas doctors who perform sex change procedures on minors can now be sued for malpractice.
This after Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed the Trans Care Malpractice Bill into law. The legislation makes it easier to sue doctors who perform sex change procedures on minors. Anyone who was given hormones or surgery as a minor that resulted in health issues at a later date now have 15 years' time to file a malpractice suit against the doctor who performed the procedures. The legislation comes as a growing number of young adults choose to detransition due to medical and mental issues caused by the excessive hormones and surgeries. The law takes effect this summer. Tasha Stevens reporting.
A Texas federal judge is set to hear arguments today in a lawsuit. It's aimed at overturning the FDA's approval of the abortion pill mifepristone. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Good mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy middle of the week. Happy Wednesday. Hope all of you are having a super neato day.
Yeah, buddy.
Enjoy the warmth. Because today's
going away.
What in the world? It's near 80 today, and we have a chance for snow this weekend.
Allegedly.
Welcome to spring break.
It's so odd.
We do have a chance of snow, but if you're going to wait around for the snow, you might be waiting around.
Yeah.
Like if we get it, it'll be in the form of flurries, I'm sure. It's not going to stick.
No, but just then it's going to be that cold enough for that to happen.
Well, yes, but at night, like we're supposed to be like in the 50s, so I mean, how
Or
much
it's
snow
going to be Snowmageddon.
Yeah, well, that's
It'll
the other
be
thing.
one of the two.
Next thing, we're going to get blizzarded, but hopefully get some moisture between tomorrow and Monday. I think we got it's like every day between now and Monday, it's like rain and mixed snow chances.
I'll be okay with a nice Washington style rain where it's just slow and steady.
Oh yeah, like a
that'd
soaking
be nice.
rain. That'd be nice.
Yeah, but that's not how it works here.
No.
The sky just opens up, dumps on us all at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
We get all 7 inches of rain in
We get a hockey puck
one
of rain.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yep. And God goes, okay, there, you've had your rain.
That's right.
Shut up.
See you next year. Pretty much. But we do have a weekend, perhaps, a long weekend of moisture, maybe.
Yes.
We'll see. Cross your fingers. I mean, I don't want to ruin events.
And the first
and do
official day
that.
of spring is
I think
Monday.
Is it officially
Yes.
Monday? Okay. But I think most events are indoors that I know about, so I don't think it'll be too bad.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of outdoor events this weekend. Not yet. Give it a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully that doesn't get messed up. But like United Way, that's going to be indoors. You can be indoors to eat food and gamble. So that's no big deal.
That's right.
I find I do most of my best eating and gambling indoors.
Matter of fact, don't need a clock. Ask Las Vegas. There's like millions of people, 6 clocks in the whole city.
For a reason. And no windows.
And no windows, right. Millions of people, 6 clocks and 2 windows. But lots of lights and lots of your money being left there. But definitely I'm hoping we get nice weather. Or at least the parts that need it to be nice.
Yeah.
So, Andrew's here.
Yes.
That's not Sean doing an Andrew impression. That's
Although I have been working on it.
I'll pay you money if you get it down.
I'd like to hear it. I think that'd be really cool just to hear that. So, but Andrew's here with the chamber, so we'll talk chamber business here in just a little bit. Rise Over Roswell is is it a week away?
1 week.
I can't say weeks anymore, can I?
Yes, ma'am.
Mere week
Woo-hoo,
away.
we're excited.
Yes, so we'll talk about that and other events and things coming up as well too. There was something I was going to mention. I just like something on my radar.
Did you think of that show?
I never did. I didn't. I don't know if it's senioritis, but I noticed a lot lately. There's things I'm supposed to remember that I don't remember. And I'm just like, oh dang. And I don't know if it's senioritis. Maybe I'm getting dementia.
It's
past me.
brain age. What you need to do is you need to get you one of those brain elasticity, the games, brain games.
I do play some of that. I haven't played one in a couple of years, but I used to play. What was the one? Luminosity or Lumin?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I played.
I think there's one called Brain Age.
Yeah.
Like supposed to help you de-age your brain.
Yeah.
There's a couple different ones out there.
Well, you know what?
That are free now.
Yeah.
Whereas Luminosity, they
charge you now. This
you.
is back when you just played a couple games each day, and then I got bored.
Yeah.
And I used to play a game called Text Twist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Actually, it was Text Twist 2, Electric Boogaloo. But but it was Text Twist 2, and basically it was a scramble game. You get 7 letters, and it makes one big word, but you got to try to make as many words out of the 7 letters
The 3,
in 2
the
minutes.
4, the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can only advance to the next level if you complete the 7-letter word. And so I played copious hours of that. But now, for the last year, my toilet gaming has been to a game called Retro Bowl.
Right.
Which I have not touched Text Twist since I've been playing. And
Not Rectum Bowl. That's what you're doing in the bathroom.
Retro Bowl, that's what I was trying to say. Retro Bowl, that's what I was trying to say, is basically a cheesy version of Tecmo Bowl from the day. And you could play as coach and you could build your roster. It's so I love it because it's addicting to me.
Right.
It's so beneath my level. I shouldn't be doing this, but I spend copious amount. But anyway, my brain teaser game has now been taken up by Retro Bowl. So maybe I'm getting dumber because I'm playing Retro Bowl instead of Text Twist.
I know you're a year late to the table on this one, but have you ever tried playing Wordle?
Every
No.
day.
I've
Every
heard
morning.
of it.
Still?
I've never played Wordle. No.
That's a good one because
Words
it
with Friends,
sort of
none of
forces
those.
your brain to think outside the box,
Okay.
even for just that few minutes.
Does it involve interacting with other people?
You get 6 chances to
Okay.
get. Is it?
Is this
I
the one
think
where they
it's
got
6.
where people are sharing their little green, red,
Yes.
little
Yes.
look like
You've
a
got 6 chances to guess the 5-letter word.
And they
look like they're ranked from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Right. They don't give you any hints. They don't give you any clues. You
okay.
just have to put a word in there and then see how many letters you got right.
I have the same starting word every time.
Maybe I'll do you that.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's got.
What is it?
It's a rise.
A rise. Okay.
Because it's got the vowels and it's got an R-S-E.
Yep.
Those are the most used letters. And then based off of that, then I'll go and figure out. Okay. And I can usually figure the word out in about 3 tries.
So that sounds like the modern version of the Wheel of Fortune whiz.
Yes.
Like, like those people, they can like look at the Wheel of Fortune puzzle.
yeah.
They like, a stitch in time saves 9. They're like, there's no letters on there. How did you get that?
That actually happened to me. There was a meme that was floating around a few years ago, and it just said, "Shh, just let it happen." And it said song lyrics, and it was exactly the right number of letters for "Never Gonna Give You Up."
Ah.
I was like, I just got rickrolled. Completely not even knowing I was getting rickrolled. I had to put that together in my head and then realize I rickrolled myself. Dang it.
Never going to give you up.
Yep.
Never going to let you down.
Shh, just let it happen.
It's like, what's he up to? Does he do new things, or is he just really just be memes on the internet?
The last thing
now?
I saw him on was the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from like a year or two ago. He was on the float. It was a Sesame Street float, and they were singing some song, and then it record scratched, and he started playing "Never Gonna Give You Up." So he rickrolled the crowd.
God bless him.
I mean,
he doesn't really have to do anything.
I was just saying, has he made so much money off that song, or the 7 songs people know of him, where he literally just shows up covers?
He does covers?
Really? Of what?
Like other songs?
I mean, like of his genre or like other genres?
He just covers himself.
Like, is he doing like...
just sings his own song.
Rick Astley covers Megadeth. I mean, what are we talking here?
Metallica, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that would be funny. Rick Astley doing Metallica.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Fantabulous, I think is what
Rick
I was
Astley sings Enter Sandman. How about, never mind.
thinking. Seek and destroy.
Well, I just wonder.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget. I don't even know how you do Rick Astley doing Metallica.
It would
you
be-
force yourself to do Hetfield when you do Metallica.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be easier for Hetfield to do Rick
Say your
Astley.
prayers, little one. Don't forget my son.
You sleep with one eye open. You grip your pillow tight.
Foo Fighters.
Oh, he did a Foo Fighter song?
Yeah, he did Everlong.
Really?
So he's like Richard Cheese now?
Huh.
He just covers songs that he shouldn't be covering?
Well, Everlong is I wouldn't say the greatest Foo Fighter song, but it's in the top 5.
It's up there,
I
yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Wow.
AC/DC.
Oh, so he does. He does. I'm just see. That's what I wanted to hear. If I want Rick Astley doing covers,
Those
I
are
want
the
him
covers
to do
I want.
something out of his genre. Like I don't want him doing basically. I don't know.
Back in black.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like he covers. What's his name? That clown from the Masked Singer.
Kim Jong?
No, well, different clown. Different. His dad was Mike
Thicke.
Seaver. What's his
Robin
name?
Thicke.
Robin Thicke. Yeah, yeah. I mean, is he going to cover Robin Thicke songs? Because like that's a pot calling the kettle black right there. But I mean, they're pretty much the same guy. One perpetually looks 12 and has a voice of a 50-year-old, and the other. I mean, Rick Astley looks like he's even now. He still looks 12. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm tired of talking about Rick Astley.
been a lot of coverage this morning.
It is 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Low pressure will be developing in the Great Basin and moving into the Four Corners for the next couple of days, and that may bring us some showers by tomorrow. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, wind gusting at 35 miles an hour, and we'll be in the upper 70s. Windy overnight down to 50 and cloudy, and then maybe a few afternoon showers on Thursday. It'll stay windy and our high near 70. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 48 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 83%. Winds currently out of the south at 13 miles per hour. Expect highs near 80 today under partly cloudy skies, but the winds will be picking up this afternoon. Out of the south, 5 to 15 early, increase in 15 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour later today. Tonight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 50. Winds will remain breezy out of the southwest, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. They'll drop down 15 to 20 after midnight tonight. Tomorrow, we're looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers, partly cloudy, 68 for a high. Winds will remain breezy out of the southwest, 10 to 15 early, increasing out of the northwest, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. 30% chance of showers Thursday night, then changing over to rain-snow mix after midnight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 32. Winds out of the north, 15 to 20, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. They'll drop down 10 to 15 after midnight. 20% chance of some rain and snow early Friday, but partly cloudy for the day, 51 for a high, northeast winds 5 to 10. Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance of snow showers early, then a chance of rain for the afternoon, mostly cloudy and 52. 40% chance of rain showers early Saturday night, then changing over to snow after midnight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 31. 40% chance of snow showers early on Sunday, then changing over to a rain-snow mix, and then changing over to just rain for later in the day, mostly cloudy, 47 for a high on Sunday, and then a 50% chance of rain on Monday, mostly cloudy and 57. All right, it is 19 minutes after 9. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we'll have Andrew Moore with the Roswell Chamber on the other side. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, here to tell you about the birds and the bees. Well, at least the bees. That's because we're taking orders for live bees now. You can get a 3-pound box of live bees complete with a queen. That's enough to start a hive and get you in the beekeeping business. It's a fascinating hobby that benefits the environment and yields the sweet rewards of honey. But you have to order those by the 15th of March, so come see us at Roswell Seed Company. And as for the birds, do you really think I should be the one to tell you about that?
Edge Safety and Services LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screen. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 402 West Main Street inside the Edge Safety and Services facility. Edge Safety and Services LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
It's been years since we've had a sale, and it's time to change that. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. We pride ourselves on bringing you the best quality furniture at affordable prices, and I'm pleased to tell you we would like to offer even better discounts during our rare sales event. Here at Glenn's, we want you to feel confident and happy in the decisions you make in our store, so take advantage of this store-wide sale now. Come down to Glenn's Furniture on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
February 3rd, 1943, the SS Dorchester was sunk by a German U-boat while en route to Greenland, carrying approximately 900 people on board. This event has been referred to as the second worst sea disaster of World War II. It was during this tragic event that 4 military chaplains paid the ultimate sacrifice to save hundreds on that fateful day. The American Legion Post 61 family would like to invite you to hear the story of the 4 chaplains and hear why these 4 men are still inspiring Americans today. Join us at First United Methodist Church, 200 North Pennsylvania in Roswell on Sunday, March 19th at 3 p.m. This event is completely free and all are welcomed and encouraged to attend.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
Hey, good morning. It is 22 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, Andrew Moore back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's life at the Chamber today?
We are actually getting very busy. And
Tis the season. Spring.
And I think my prediction is going to come to fruition that 2023 is our first full year. Everybody's out of COVID. They're sick of it. Let's get back to normal. Let's have our events. Let's
live
get
life
together. And
the way we did in 2019.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we are working on our huge event that happens next week, Rise with Roswell Agricultural Breakfast.
Yes, it is early. Sorry about that. It's the farmers' fault. Blame them. They insist on doing all their work in the mornings. But no, it is. It's an annual event. We did have to lose one there during COVID, but
correct.
But it's going to be just like it was for the years that we've had it. It's going to be out at the fairgrounds. They're going to have a delicious breakfast. We got a great guest speaker. Sorry, it's still at 0600. It just
that's right.
It is
but
what
you're
it
done
is.
by 8,
Yep.
so those that do have to go to work can still go to work after having
We're calling sick and then spend the rest of the day goofing off.
Or like the chamber, we're going to have 8 hours put in by the time we're done with the event and cleaning up.
So you're done by noon.
So we'll drop everything off at the office, probably check a handful of emails, and then it's 8 hours. We're all going home and taking naps.
Yep, I would imagine too.
So,
but yes, it is. We're a week away.
Yes.
Now, is there? Can we still RSVP and everything?
You can still RSVP.
Okay.
There are just a few seats left.
Okay.
And you can go on our website, roswellnm.org.
Okay.
Under our events page, click on Rise with Roswell. Everything is right there. Very easy for you to be able to purchase your tickets.
Good deal.
Or if you want, you can still call us at the office, and we are more than happy to get you registered.
Sure.
And
if you can't make it, but you want to pay it forward or sponsor somebody, let us know, and we'll make that happen too. If you maybe there's a farmer or rancher saying, "Hey, I can't make it, but send them to breakfast."
And we've actually had a few of those that have said, "Hey, I've traditionally been a sponsor. We're going to be out of town because it is spring break for Roswell next week." So there are some people that have said, "I'm not going to be there, but you know what? I'm still going to be a sponsor, but I'm going to make sure that we pass those tickets on to people that would not ordinarily be able to attend the event." And we do have room for just a few more sponsors.
Okay.
So if you want to sponsor a table, once again, you can either call us or you can go online.
Yeah.
And individual tickets are also available. So $25 for an individual ticket, $800 for a table. As a table sponsor, obviously we take your logo and we plaster it all over everything that we do. It'll be on our thank you cards. It'll be on the tables. You'll get your own table with your name so you can fill your table. Your logo and your business name will also be on our slideshow that will scroll throughout the entire event. And so you'll be everywhere. You'll be on our website. Once again, if you go on our website under the Rise with Roswell event, you're going to see all of our fantastic sponsors.
Yeah.
And thank you, dairy producers of New Mexico, XL Energy, for being our event sponsors this year. 4-H and the New Mexico State Extension Office.
Nice.
Thank you very much. They're bringing about 15 students to come help out and seat everybody.
Nice.
They're going to help with the invocation, the pledge, and we're looking for somebody to do the national anthem.
Okay.
So
any singers out there?
Right. So if you're a singer
It is
or
early.
you're a 4-H student and you would like to sing the national anthem, get with the the extension office and we'll get you plugged in where you need to be. Cerritos is providing
they're
our
on breakfast?
wonderful breakfast.
So you know it's going to be good.
That's right.
They have delicious breakfast.
All kinds: eggs, bacon, sausage, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, gallons and gallons of coffee.
Nice.
So come on.
So they got enough to get you fueled. And then, of course, got a great guest speaker.
Matt
this year.
Rush.
Yeah.
And he was actually slated to be our guest speaker for the 2020 event.
We all know what happened
and then
there.
we all know exactly what happened there. So we are so thankful that he is coming and fulfilling that half of the contract.
Yeah.
And he's always a great speaker. So.
Yeah, he's a great speaker. He's like, I forget the lineage, but was it his great grandfather was one of the, like, I know like his as part of one of the founding fathers and the Constitution and all that is, I know he talks a lot about, I can't remember the relation, but it's like great couple great grandfathers.
So we're excited for that.
Yeah.
We are so excited to have Matt Rush. And then, of course, as of today, I want to thank Eastern New Mexico Medical Center, ENMUR, Wade Irrigation, IPS Shred Boss, Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, Roswell Livestock Auction, Farm Credit of New Mexico, Roswell Ford, Hinkle Shaner, Pecos Valley Productions, and Tabosa are all of our table sponsors as of today.
Well,
and I'm
thank you.
sure as soon as I get off the radio and I get back to the office, I'll have an email. Hey, I just purchased a table.
Good.
But everything can be done online. You can pay online via credit card. Or, once again, you can register online and mail us a check. We are happy to invoice.
Yeah,
as
whatever we can do to help
call.
on there.
Or call us. We would love to help you out because, there have been a few that have just sent me an email and said, hey, I just hook me up, send me an invoice. We got your back. Okay, fine. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Whatever works best for you, we can.
And I've used both sides of, I've gone in as just you would to register. Super easy to register online. RoswellNM.org.
Yep.
Under our events page, click on Rise with Roswell. Super easy.
Yep. Go there. And while you're at RoswellNM.org, see all the other stuff
That's
going
right.
on with
We
the chamber
try
and
to
everything,
keep it updated as much as possible. And then before and after Rise with Roswell, we actually have quite a few things. Tomorrow night, we are having a red coat mixer at Peppers. So if you are interested in becoming a red coat and want to meet our great red coats.
Already are a red coat and you haven't heard, come on out to the mixer tomorrow.
5:30 to 6:30 at Peppers in their back banquet room.
Nice.
So we are excited to
More good food.
meet and greet and kind of get to know each other. And we have, I know of at least 3 potential red coats that will be showing up and 1 brand new one
Good deal.
that will be coming.
Well,
so
now that, like you said at the beginning of this, we're full on into a normal 2023, which means the red coat schedule will be getting a lot busier over the next coming months here. So we definitely could, look to bring back some of the red coats, and then obviously look for some the new generation to come and be a part of it too. So.
And then next week on the 21st at 10 a.m., we have a groundbreaking with the UFO RV park.
Okay.
So they are going to be located just west of Richland Collision.
Okay.
So if you go to the relief route on 2nd,
Yes.
you've gone too far.
Yes.
It is the big, huge open field just to the west of Richland
I know
Collision.
exactly where you're talking about. Yeah. I know, and I've heard that's going to be pretty cool little RV park with the amenities and everything. I remember, 6 months ago or so when we had Kevin Mavers on, the city development director, and they were, he always comes in and talks about the highlights from the planning and zoning meetings. And so that particular month, they were going over all the logistics for that RV park. And it's, from what I understand, it's a little different than just an atypical RV
Correct.
park.
There's going to be all kinds of great amenities.
Yeah, amenities and things.
And of course, they'll do it in phases because it's a lot to do all at once.
Gotcha.
But you're going to have your traditional RV stuff, so you can be able to bring your travel trailers or your motor homes and have full hookups. There's going to be showers and, activities, and it'll be fully fenced and gated, so it'll be nice to
protect the people inside. And
that's right. It'll be family friendly.
Sure.
And of
all
course,
encompassing for the people that come and stay.
And we need it.
Yeah.
We need it. If you've been around Roswell at all this week,
sure.
It is Texas's spring break.
Yeah.
So we have a ton of people with their RVs and their travel trailers parked all over the place. And what we do have currently in Roswell is booked up. So we need more.
Not to mention when those oil booms hit.
That's right.
A lot of times those RV parks turn into mini man camps and things. And, you see that more in Eddy County, but,
But it does come up this way, because when they fill up, they need a place.
Yeah, there's only so much space, and so they go till the space is gone, and it matriculates all the way up here sometimes.
So come be a part of that. That's the 21st.
Okay.
So that's next week, Tuesday.
Perfect.
If I can do math, at 10 a.m. And then we have the Yarn Shop is going to have a business after hours on the last Thursday of the month. That is the 30th.
Okay.
They are located right off of Pennsylvania, catty corner from Southwest Printers, and just on the other side of Allison's Carpet, formerly George's Carpet.
I know. Okay, I know.
If I've got that right, am I looking at the map in my head correctly?
I think I know what you're talking about there.
And so their business after hours is going to be fantastic.
And that's the 20th.
That's the 30th.
30th, I'm sorry.
The following week.
Good deal. So all you crocheters and crafters, come and check out the new place for you to get your
And even if you're not,
project.
come and check it out, see what it is, because then you're informed of a new business. You can network. They would love to network and show off their business, obviously.
Absolutely. And who knows? They might have stuff that you're into that you didn't even realize you're into yet.
Yep.
And
as
maybe
always,
pick up the hobby.
And as always, check out our calendar, our community calendar on our website. We keep it updated. That is one of our features that is open to the public. So if you have an event, if you've got something going on, let us know. And we are happy to put those events on our calendar.
That's what it's there for.
Because we want it to be a true community calendar. And if I don't know, or one of our staffers don't know that you exist, we can't put it on there. But if you just call and say, hey, I've got this event going on, we are happy to put it on there with a link so everybody can get whatever information.
Sure. And to be honest, this is a great idea for those that plan events too.
Yes.
Because we all know we live in a small town.
Yes.
And so when you're trying to plan an event, it sometimes helps when you look at the calendar, and so you don't step on other toes, because you're like, oh, well, United Way's got their thing. I probably shouldn't do my thing at the same time, because, we're sort of trying to compete for the same person sometimes on these things. So by you putting your stuff up there and others, people by default, when they look at these events, that plan these events, they'll go to places like our community calendar and others and say, all right, is there anything going on that weekend that I'm trying to do my thing? There isn't. This is going to be a good weekend. Or, there's 12 things going on. Maybe I should think about a different weekend.
Yeah. We get phone calls all the time from people and organizations saying, I want to plan something in October.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, of course, we first go to our own calendar, and then like right now, we don't have a lot in the October, November, December calendars. So, no, I don't know of anything. But if something's already planned and now I get a phone call, well, I don't know what to tell you, because I didn't know that you existed, that your event was going on. So there might be another big event that gets booked that's going to take that. Now we have competing things. So, just call us. come on in, email us. We are happy to stick all of that information on the calendar. I would rather have our calendar, when you click on our calendar, that people go, oh my gosh, there's so much I don't know what to do.
Right.
Than hearing all of this garbage that I hear that, oh, there's nothing to do in Roswell.
Well, and that's
there
a statement,
is a lot to do in Roswell.
There's as much as you want to think there is here.
There is.
And that's like, if you have that mindset that there's nothing going on, then you probably will do nothing and you'll sit there but like you said, there is a lot if you're willing to just go out and look, go to the Chamber's website.
Absolutely.
Go do a social media sweep. Go pick up the paper. Look at the paper. I mean,
and that's what we do.
Everything. There's 100 different events that are going on. Maybe not be something you're into, but there's probably something else.
That's right.
Could be a ham radio event. Could be a play in town or one of our local troops doing a play.
I tell you what, between the three of us, Kyle, Trace, and myself, when we find something, whether somebody's contacted us or not, we're like, that needs to be on the calendar.
Yeah.
And we go and at least put the information. Hey, there is Roswell Little Theater, Community Little Theater is having a show. Here's the information. Oh, we heard that, the widget guy is going to be in town.
Yeah.
Here's where the widget guy is going to be.
Yeah. Oh, there's a benefit rodeo out at the fairgrounds.
That's right.
That's the kind of stuff, we're talking about here. And so, obviously, especially like, there's certain events like we were just talking with the United Way folks earlier in the show, and that we all know they do their Get Lucky St. Patrick's Day event every year around that time. But we all know as locals, so people are like, well, we don't want to plan our event around that because they always do their thing. And so that's what we're talking about here, and that's the local twist. That's the part where you're local, and we know we have our Chili Cheese Festival this weekend. That's a bad weekend to try to plan an event because Chili Cheese Festival's going on.
Correct.
That's the kind of stuff we just know.
I just got a phone call yesterday, as a matter of fact. The Wool Bowl, the second annual Wool Bowl, will be December 1st.
Very cool.
This year. It's a Friday. So I immediately contacted Main Street Roswell and said, hey, I don't know if you know this yet, but the Wool Bowl will be on that Friday. And so when is your light parade? And they started laughing. They go, well, we actually just scheduled all of that for that Saturday.
Of course.
So then that way, now we're not going to have competing events like we did this last year where we had the Wool Bowl and the light parade at the same time.
Matter of fact, if we play our cards right, maybe we can work all in concert with all those.
And that's kind of what we've talked about. I'm like, hey, maybe the winner this year can be a part of the light parade or part of your holiday festivities that are going to happen on Saturday. And now we've kept these teams and these families in town for an extra day to partake and see how awesome our community really is.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
So please reach out if you've got things to put on the Chamber's community calendar. Come out.
Let us know.
If you're a Chamber member and you're not utilizing that to your advantage, that's on you. You should call and reach out and say, hey, I would love to put my events and my things on here.
Absolutely.
That's
anything is on. Now, of course, there's certain things that if they are counterintuitive to the health, welfare, and safety of the community, we're not putting that on. But there's really not a whole lot that we won't put on the calendar.
Yeah, I mean, they'll promote your events and things and let people hear about them and know about them.
Absolutely, that's what we're here for.
And of course, I do want to remind folks before we get to the next thing here is if you're not a Chamber member, or your business or entity,
you better be.
Highly recommend. You're missing out, especially if you're a mom and pop or someone that. I mean, one thing you have your companies that have HR departments and things. But if you're just you and your couple employees here, let the Chamber help you streamline some of that. Help some of that. If you're needing help with marketing and those kind of things that. A lot of times a small business, they're not experts in. They're experts in whatever they're selling.
Correct.
But as far as how to market it, how to bookkeep it, how to do all that.
We can definitely help you out with all of that.
Chamber can be your friend with that
And
kind
we
of
have
stuff.
so many tools at our disposal at the Chamber that we are underutilizing because nobody's asked for us to use them yet, or we're using them sparingly because we're only getting onesies, twosies. But we have all kinds of stuff. We have a YouTube channel. We've got the capability of being able to do videos. We've got a setup to be able to take pictures. We've got, obviously our social media. We've got our website that we can help. And these are just scratching the surface of things that we have to be able to help our members.
Absolutely. So please reach out, call, or go to the website, or all of the above, or come by and visit.
That's right. We'd love all of the above.
Yeah. Oh, and if you do collect the plastic bottle caps for the benches,
we are
and
a
stuff,
collection site.
If you need to come by the chamber, everything, bring those with you and drop them off. They've got the drop off box there right in front of the door there that
Correct.
you can drop off. And those because good news, that program went away. The people, from what I heard, if I remember from what I heard was the guy retired and
sold the company,
and then he actually found someone to pick up the mantle and keep this going.
Yes, because it was in limbo for a while, and I want to say a month or so.
Yeah.
And so we stopped collecting bottle caps, and then all of a sudden, oh, wait, guy number 2 has come, and he's going to continue to do the benches.
Yeah.
And now, if you want a bench, I can put you in touch with who is in charge of that.
If you're not familiar with it, it's a great program. They collect like your little soda, the plastic caps off your soda bottles, or like the mayonnaise jugs,
any of those plastic recyclable tops.
Yeah.
The tops that come off of your medication can be recycled.
Okay.
The tops like off of needles if you're diabetic or something.
Okay.
Not the needles. We don't want that.
But the
little plastic caps.
The little sleeve that they
that kind of stuff. All of that is recyclable.
Even if you got plastic mayonnaise jars and things, and it's got the plastic lids and all, those are acceptable.
As long
too.
as they don't have the metal, or if you can remove the metal on the inside, that is recyclable.
Okay. And so what they do is after they get so many pounds of this, it's like 200 pounds, or they can make one bench out of it.
Correct.
So you give them, what is it, 200 pounds of caps?
It's like 200 pounds and a couple $100. It's like $200 or $300.
Yeah.
And you get a bench.
And the bench, by the way, is actually a better quality bench than the benches now because they're lightweight, but they're very durable. They're much more resilient to graffiti and things. So
correct.
So like if you graffiti it or whatever, they can really sand it real quick.
They can sand it down and take care of it. Exactly.
You can't even tell it was done. So it's more durable. It's more city friendly, and it's actually a better product than what's currently sitting in those spots.
In a lot of those locations, for sure.
So and it all it costs is us collecting some caps and a few $100 a bench, and it's just a great idea. It's recycling. It's recycling for a purpose that's actually useful.
Correct.
And it's actually in a way that's better than we did it before.
Yeah.
So it checks all the boxes.
Contact us at the chamber, 575-623-5695, and ask us what we can do for you. Because I can sit here and list off a laundry list of things, and there may not be anything that you say, no, I don't want or need any of that. But if you call and ask, chances are we probably have that ability or know somebody to be able to put you in contact with.
Yeah.
For example, another thing tomorrow is the Southern New Mexico SHRM Conference out at the college. So if you want to learn about HR and know why it's important, whether you are a business of 1 or 100, you need to know some of this HR stuff because there is some reporting that does need to be done, whether you're a 1 guy or 100 guys.
These are the kind of things that can be the downfall of your business if
they
you're not
absolutely
paying
can be.
attention to them. Where even if you're successful money and all that, but if your HR's all messed up, all of that could be for naught.
Correct.
So it would behoove you to at least be very aware of what you're required to do and what you do with that is up to you. But at least it needs to be on your radar. You know
and
what I mean?
We are happy to put, like I said, we can put you in place with those things because I am not an HR guru by any means, but I have my people that I know that I can reach out to. I can go to SHRM because we are a member of SHRM, which is an HR organization, and I can look up anything. And if they're not helpful, I have local HR people that I can reach out to and go, hey, I was on the website, I was looking at this, it's not making sense. Am I understanding this correctly?
Right.
And getting good, accurate information, because I promise you, if you have a business of any kind, at some point in your business life, you're going to have an HR issue.
Yeah. Even if you're by yourself.
You will. You absolutely will, because something's going to come up and you're going to go, I didn't know that.
You got to deal with customers, you got to deal
right.
with people, you got to deal with vendors, you got to deal with things, and things
right.
happen, and you got to know what you can do and what you can't do, and what you're protected from and what you're not, and what protections you're supposed to offer and which ones you're not. So
exactly.
That's why you need to know.
And session, we've got 3 days left of session, today, tomorrow, and Friday.
Then they can't do more damage for a whole nother year.
That's right. And so who knows what's coming out of all of that, because, of course, once they pass all of these bills in the House and the Senate over the next few days, then, of course, the governor has her time period where she is able to veto or sign said bills.
Well, it looks like they got the budget through.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not, it is what it is, but it is through. So that's something.
There's a lot. And there's a lot. And, of course, being that it has been the last week of session, there's a lot going on.
This is it. 2 months of hemming and hawing all comes to a big crescendo this week.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what's
For example, Senate Judiciary Committee went till about 8:30 last night, and then they all adjourned, and there was a floor session that went quite late last night as well.
Yeah, you're going to have some bleary-eyed senators and representatives the next couple of days. So be nice to the ones you like.
That's right. And once again, I just want to end this morning by saying that, Rise with Roswell Agricultural Breakfast is next Thursday. So not tomorrow.
1 week.
A week from tomorrow.
1 week from tomorrow.
6 a.m. out at the fairgrounds. And there are still a few seats and a few spots to sponsor.
Yeah.
Contact us, 623-5695 or roswellnm.org, and you can register online, and we will get you completely taken care of. But come out and enjoy the breakfast.
Absolutely.
Enjoy Matt Rush.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah,
and bring your kids. They'll, it's done by 8.
I'm going to say get them to school by the time breakfast is done.
Absolutely. You can get them a full breakfast. They can learn something really wonderful about our community and agriculture, because we do thrive on agriculture. As Representative Candy Spence-Zell tells me every time I see her, if you eat, you are part of agriculture.
She ain't wrong. She's
That's
absolutely right.
So come on out, have a great breakfast.
Some
Matt
eat more
Rush.
than our share than others.
Right? Absolutely.
I'm really involved with agriculture. I eat a lot.
But we're done by 8. And so you can still get the kids to school. You can still get to work on time and have a nice full day.
Absolutely. So come out, be a part. Again, 1 week from tomorrow.
Out
at the fairgrounds. Call the chamber or get online. Reach out to the chamber.
Yep.
RSVPs sooner than later. Hopefully
Please.
Get it done this week, because if you try to do it next week, we can't guarantee there's going to be spaces available, especially if you want to sponsor and all that. Probably today you need to get a touch of the chamber.
Sooner than later, and I will be closing registrations probably Tuesday night.
Okay.
Just because then that way that gives us
Well, Cerritos
the
has
time.
to have a head count.
That's
They've
right.
got to do all that. I mean, they're cooking a lot of eggs, but they don't want to cook too many eggs or not enough eggs.
Correct.
So they
We'd
gotta,
like to try to have as close to perfect as possible.
Yeah, they have delicious breakfast. Even if
Oh,
it's
it's
Cerritos
going to be,
breakfast,
we've got hash browns and bacon and sausage and
I
biscuits and gravy.
I know this is probably not the most. I love Cerritos for lunch and dinner, but I prefer their breakfasts.
Their
That's my
breakfast
favorite is the
is-
beverage. That's my favorite.
I agree.
I love the dinners and lunches, but I love the. I kind of have a go-to where my wife and I get burritos and then share hash, and we have a whole move.
There you go.
So it's what we do, but it's kind of our thing.
There you go.
But yeah, come out next Thursday and then reach out if you have any questions about anything we
Please,
talked about,
call us.
or membership or whatever. If tourists, you're in town and you're like, I have no idea where anything's at, swing on by, come on to the corner, the 2nd and Main downtown here.
Big alien mural.
Yeah.
You can't miss us right off the corner of second and
One
Main.
block off of that,
Correct.
basically. Yeah.
And we've got maps. We've got all kinds of brochures to help plan your trip. Hopefully you can stay within the confines of Chaves County, but we're not blind to the fact that there's a lot of stuff within a day trip of Roswell. So make Roswell your home base. Come see us, and we'll help build you an itinerary.
There you go.
On, okay, you're going to go to the east. Here's what you're going to do. Or you're going to go to the west and come back. Okay, go to the south. Okay.
Yeah, we got some
And-
places. If you run out of alien stuff to look at, we
That's
got
right.
some places to go. Yeah, if you're standing at the subway on the corner, head east or head west down 2nd about a block, and you'll see
Correct.
the chamber
You're
there
not
on
going to
your
be able to miss
on your
us.
right,
Big,
so.
huge mural of the aliens. and we'll help you build an itinerary. If you have friends and family coming in from out of town and you're like, I just don't know what to tell them, send them our way or call us and we'll build the itinerary for you. So when they show up, you can be like, all right, we got it planned. This is what we're going to do.
By the way, in 12 minutes, you're supposed to be over here. You better get going.
That's right. Exactly. We can definitely do that. Definitely.
Good deal. Well, thank you as always,
Thank
Andrew.
you for having
Appreciate it. And folks, whatever you questions about anything related to this town, if you can't find answers, the chamber will make sure they get them for you.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
All right.
And next Thursday, come on out early. 06. I got to do a show, so I can never go to that event. But one day I want to go.
You're sick all of a sudden.
I could. I do like breakfast. So it is 9:51. We better play some news, Hannity update, your legislative update, see much damage they've done so far, and then a quick break. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. It's good economic news for Eddy County leaders. Tax collections for oil and gas have exceeded budgeted expectations for the year. According to data supplied by the County Finance Department, Finance Director Roberta Gonzalez reports the county collected about $280 million in tax revenues through January. In July of last year, the county was projecting those revenues would be at about $238 million. However, Gonzalez did note that the price per barrel of crude has dropped since late last year, so tax collections could be lower in the coming months. 5 outdoor projects in New Mexico will get a surge of state funding for some big upgrades. The Outdoor Recreation Trails Grant program is funneling about $400,000 into the projects, ranging from improvements at a popular southeast shooting range to picnic tables along part of the Pecos River. 3 projects will get about $100,000. Those include upgrades at the 6 Mile Public Day Use Area in Carlsbad, the San Juan College in Farmington, and the Sidney Paul Gordon Shooting Range north of Alamogordo. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Moody's, by the way, in a really harsh blow to a reeling industry, Moody's Investor Services has now cut its view on the entire banking system to negative from being stable. The firm said that they're making the move in light of the bank failures that prompted regulators to step in on Sunday with a dramatic rescue plan for depositors and other institutions impacted by the crisis. We have changed to negative from our stable outlook on the U.S. banking system to reflect the rapid deterioration in the operating environment following deposit runs at Silicon Valley Bank, Silvergate Bank, Signature Bank, and the failures of SVB and SNY. According to Moody's report, you can't blame Moody's for being honest.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, cheers to our friends at Blinds.com, celebrating over a quarter of a century of best-dressed windows, and now they're giving you up to 50% off. Show your home some love during Blinds.com's anniversary sale. Shop everything from shutters and curtains to motorized outdoor solar shades. Let Blinds.com handle the installation. Just check installation when you check out. Right now, shop at Blinds.com for their anniversary savings up to 50% off site-wide. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Jason Espinoza with today's Capitol Report. The House and Senate have now both passed a proposal that proponents hope will improve public discourse and participation in the legislative process. House Concurrent Resolution 1, sponsored by Representatives Matthew McQueen and Larry Scott, and Senators Katie Duhigg and Mark Moores, seeks to require the publication of proposed committee amendments and substitutions and executive agency analysis of legislation. The House of Representatives passed the proposal 2 weeks ago on a unanimous 26-0 vote, and yesterday evening the Senate floor passed the measure on a 32-4 vote. According to the legislative analysis, many good government advocates argue transparency is a fundamental component of democracy, and that providing these documents online would improve government transparency. The analysis also notes that 3 agencies, the New Mexico Attorney General, the Public Education Department, and the Taxation and Revenue Department, already post their agency fiscal impact reports online, while 2 other agencies said they were planning to start posting soon. The proposal would not only require the posting of legislative analysis, but also amendments and substitute legislation made available to committees. The proposal states the documents shall be made publicly available on the legislature's website as soon as is practicable and shall be maintained on the legislature's website whether adopted or not. For the New Mexico News Network, I'm Jason Espinoza.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street opened sharply lower this morning as anxiety deepens over the health of the banking sector globally. Shares of Credit Suisse sank to a record low, reflecting uncertainty in Europe's banking sector. It all began with the recent collapse of California's Silicon Valley Bank, now the subject of an investigation by the Justice Department as well as the Securities and Exchange Commission. Wholesale price increases in the United States slowed last month as food costs declined. From January to February, the government's producer price index fell 0.1% after a 0.3% rise from December to January. Compared with a year ago, wholesale prices rose 4.6%. They were up 5.7% in January. And on Wall Street, the Dow was down almost 2% in mid-morning trade. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's worst nightmare. You know storm chasers, those out-of-town roofers that descend on neighborhoods after big storms. They come in, do a crummy job, then poof, they're gone forever. Well, a few years ago, our area had a hailstorm, and right on cue, storm chasers showed up. I was driving home from work one evening and saw one talking to an elderly lady on her porch. I said, "Not today, buddy." I did a U-turn, pulled in the driveway, and walked right up to them. I warned the woman who they were talking to, and I chased away the storm chaser. The woman's daughter called me later and said a storm chaser ripped them off a few years ago. She thanked me for stopping this one and chose Trustmark for her roof. Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's nightmare. Every homeowner's champion. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring and roof gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-817-2871. 800-817-2871. 800-817-2871. That's 800-817-2871.
The surveillance drone that American
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM.